go ahead. Had to do your knife-assisted pop. Yeah. That's a man's pop.
This is a man's drink. Right here.
That was sour.
Yeah? Mine was delicious.
What are you drinking?
This is Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey Lemonade, brother.
I didn't know that comes in a can.
It's
what will they do next?
Right. It's they started making them. You can get the cola one too, but it's like a delicious lemonade mixed with Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey in a can. It's only 7% alcohol, so it's not that much.
I'll smell it.
But I love Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey, so.
I mean, it smells like Jack Daniels.
Right.
I just had a flashback to age 16. Oh.
I like them a lot.
Oh, boy.
So,
before I knew, hey, mix this stuff and don't drink it straight.
Yep. But, yeah, smells like Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Tastes like Jack.
Kevin Nash's stomach would have just turned. He said he can't drink Jack.
No, I can't do Jack anymore.
Because of Taker.
Yeah.
He said can't do it. He goes, my stomach turns.
My stomach turned because Undertaker too.
And look, you're wearing a Kevin Nash shirt. I forgot about that shirt.
I hate the shirt.
That's like an all-time worst
it's fucking
shirt.
terrible. I meant to get rid of it, but I was like, who's going to even want to buy this fucking thing?
That's such a bad shirt.
It's fucking terrible.
He was never an 18-wheeler.
No, he was never a truck. I don't understand. Because he's Diesel, get it?
I know, but
it's terrible. This was the pro wrestling crate. This came with the
that was
the same
the first one ever that you bought
with the Eddie King, because the Eddie Kingston shirt, which is the best Eddie Kingston shirt they've ever made. But they came with this bullshit Nash shirt. This Nash shirt is how you know how far behind on laundry I am, because I'm wearing it. The other shirt stinks out loud.
That's an all-time bad shirt.
It's fucking terrible. It says "For Life" on the fucking license plate, the vanity plate.
That's bad.
Fucking terrible. It should be just a T-shirt of the dude at the beginning of World Tour who's like, "Woo?"
Yeah,
that'd be better.
Yeah, not World Tour, Revenge. Right?
Revenge. Yeah. Welcome to We Need Wrestling, everybody.
I want to go play Revenge.
Well, we can just play Revenge on the podcast. They'll just live.
Let's start a Twitch and just play Revenge.
All right, let's fucking do it.
All right, I'm down.
I don't know, how do you hook something up to be shown on Twitch from your TV? I don't understand. Can you do it? You don't do it. You just. I imagine people who play video games on Twitch are playing them on Steam. Probably,
I guess, right? Oh man, that's
not with like an RF adapter and a fucking. I don't think people on Twitch are somehow hooking the 3 AV cables into the back of your
Something tells me that's not happening.
I don't think that's happening anymore.
That fucking thing that tickled my throat.
Which one's that one?
The sour water. It's very good.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Tickled your throat, huh?
Excuse me while I drink my fancy water.
Yeah, you're fancy robbing people of their native water source water.
Don't have good water.
Well, there it is.
If you don't have good water, nobody's going to rob it.
Right. If your water sucked, nobody would violate your rights.
Exactly.
Welcome. Did I say that already? Welcome to We Need Wrestling.
I'm a snob, man. I don't care. I need Fiji. That's what I need. I keep that motherfucking thing on me.
There you go. I'm DJ. That's Brett drinking the death water.
That water gives me life. It's natural artesian water.
It certainly is.
Yeah, me and Matt Stone, every time we have one, we have to send a picture to each other. That's just the way it goes.
It is the best water.
It's
but,
so fucking good.
I have a conscience. So,
I do too, but not for that.
But you used to. I turned you off of Fiji water for a little while.
Yeah, and you know what got me back on?
What?
When I was getting tattooed at the convention last year.
Yeah.
What'd you do? You brought me over a Fiji
Did I bring
water.
you Fiji?
And I was like, all right, well, I guess game on now, brother.
Okay, so it's my fault both ways. All right, I'll take it. Where you going, dog?
Just drinking water.
See, all the top
Where
of
you
water
going,
got her thirsty too.
Yeah.
Welcome to We Need Wrestling. That's the third time I've said this.
Where are we?
What?
Huh?
We Need Wrestling?
Okay, good.
What do you think I said?
No, that's what you said. All right.
Believe me, I had a whole week. I was like trying to sign into an app, the Good Pods, this week.
What the fuck is that?
It's a podcast like aggregator. Like they collect, you can sign up and like it'll give you collect your podcast, recommend, and all that kind of shit. I think Dwicky might use Good Pods to listen to us, but
thank you, Dwicky.
They had a thing that was like,
vacation was good, brother.
Do you want to be featured on Good Pods? Go here. So I was like, well, I want to be featured on Good Pods. So I went in. And they were like, make a list of other podcasts that you like and write about them, and then we'll feature your list, and it'll draw attention to your podcast too.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool. Let me sign into Good Pods, and I signed into Good Pods, and like, that's not an account. And I'm like, fuck you, Good Pods. You sent me the email. I know that this is an account, Good Pods. And then
Very good pods.
And then I kept trying, and the email that we signed up for Good Pods with was Wednesday Night War.
Oh, okay. That's long gone.
So I haven't been able to change the sign in on Good Pods from Wednesday Night War, but I did change our handle on Good Pods from Wednesday Night War to @WeNeedWrestling.
Oh, okay.
And I made a list of 5 other wrestling podcasts that we listen to.
What's your name?
I named At Odds with Wrestling. I named Final Wrestling Place.
Okay.
I named Hayabusa didn't have an account, so I couldn't name Hayabusa.
Oh.
I named Stardom Cast.
Okay.
I named something else that I don't remember, and then I named 5-Star Match Game.
Okay.
Yeah.
All solid.
Yeah, just trying to, spread the wealth and get us featured too. So I don't know if it works. Who knows? Right. Apparently I've been on that tip. Maybe Jeff Jarrett will drive us some listenership this week too. Who knows? Because I like his strut. But yeah, we got wrestling to talk about.
We got a lot. I got a lot.
You got a lot? Okay.
I got a lot.
We'll get down to business, but how are you, pal?
I'm good, man.
We've been talking.
I'm fucking chilling, brother. Yeah, dude. It's almost October.
It is?
What
does that mean?
It means I'm happy. Your dog's freaking out.
All right, dog handled, taken care of.
It scared me.
So October just makes you happy. That's where we were.
Dude.
Okay, you are a fart. You're a fall.
I'm a fart.
You're a fart.
I
You're
am
a fall.
fart.
You're a fall child.
I am.
It's true. All right, well, you're good. Everything's good.
Great. Yeah.
If you're good, I'm good. We can start talking wrestling. I gotta. Jesus fucking Christ! I have a fair amount also. Great.
Hi, Doug.
So, because AEW
How are
decided
you?
I'm good. I said I was good. We're gonna talk.
right,
we're gonna go right into wrestling.
I have news.
You have wrestling news. Okay.
I do.
I was gonna say that AEW gave us 2 hours of Rampage
They did.
this week, which is ill advised. So, what pro wrestling news would you like to talk about, sir?
One of them, and I'll go in order the way that they were announced, I guess.
Okay.
Last Friday, Matt Riddle got fired.
Oh, that was Friday?
It sure
yeah,
was.
good riddance. God, is Tony Khan going to bring him in? Does he have enough friends?
I don't. That's the problem. I don't.
He's
know
not a
if he
draw.
does. I know Kenny and him used to be tight.
Yeah.
I don't know. That dude needs a lot of help.
Yeah.
Like, lots and lots of help.
Professional help. Yes.
So, yeah. That's a guy that should have probably been, like, semi-main eventing.
Yeah.
WWE.
Sure. Had the potential to take over the world a little bit. Mm-hmm. Pretty talented wrestler. Great stuff in NXT. But yeah.
Remember when him and Pete Dunne were good together?
Right, but also just kind of a general scumbag. And the weird thing about him is that, like, lots of stuff got pushed under the rug and forgotten about until this last thing that finally, like, stuck.
Yeah.
Because remember when he was, like, court ordered to send his drug test results to his ex-wife, and then they never did, and then when the court pressured, he was suspended for 6 months for violating the drug policy?
Yeah, dude has a big fucking problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
The other thing, this one was I have 2 other things, but this one was like probably the shocker.
Okay.
It got announced, I think it was Saturday or Sunday.
Yes.
That Katsuhiko Nakajima is officially leaving Pro Wrestling Noah.
Was it that long ago they announced that?
Yeah.
Wow, time's wild.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's official.
Yeah.
He's leaving.
Yeah. Very easy. I understand the strategy here.
Kind of wild.
Yeah. What he's going to do is he's going to come over to America. He's going to wrestle for, like, Beyond Wrestling and GCW a couple times.
Okay.
And then Noah is going to be like, who's this guy in America that's great?
Oh, there you go.
And then they're going to bring him back and make him world champion.
That makes sense.
Because he worked in America for a little bit.
Yeah.
That's not a shot at anybody. Actually, congratulations, Anthony Green, for winning the tag titles. I like Anthony Green.
Good for him.
He's a very nice young boy.
LVAC alumni.
Very nice young boy winning the juniors title, tag titles or whatever. But yeah.
That was a heavyweight tag titles.
Oh, were they? Yeah. Were they? Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's weird, man. It was also weird to see people's sort of opinion on Nakajima as anything other than him being fucking awesome.
I didn't see any slander.
Yeah, I saw some people like, hey, he wasn't really...
Don't point them my way.
He wasn't really
Fuck
a draw. Them. He, was like, wouldn't play politics and wasn't like as big of a draw over there as perceived. And I was like, I don't know. I fucking liked him.
I love him.
It's hard. I can't say where I'll want to see him wrestle because he legit knocks people out sometimes, which is a problem for who he's facing.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a problem for me. But, you walk into New Japan and you do that. I don't know if that's going to fly.
Maybe shoot KO'd Okada.
Yeah, but I saw a lot of people saying...
No, Kazuchika Okada, because he did Kenny Okada.
Right.
And he did it so bad, Kenny Okada left.
Quit wrestling, right. Maybe he's leaving and he's just going to take out the entire Okada fit. Maybe he's a Terminator sent from the future that was told that a Japanese wrestler named Okada was going to bring about the apocalypse if he continues to wrestle. And Nakajima just picked the wrong one. It's like when the wrong lady gets shot at the beginning of Terminator.
Yeah.
When Arnold walks up to the door in the first Terminator and he's like, Sarah Connor?
Yeah.
And she's like, yes, I'm Sarah Connor. Bang!
Yeah.
But it was the wrong Sarah Connor.
Sarah Connor.
Yeah. You'd think a computer from the future that looks human, was sentient, would
be
have
able to figure that
would be able to work a
out,
fucking
right?
phone book, but
nope, sure didn't. He'll be the new Sakuraba. He's the Okada hunter.
There you go.
Fuck the Gracies.
But he just literally is hunting Okada.
Yeah.
Like he's just crawling the streets looking for anyone named Okada in Japan.
I'm fine
he's
with
head
that.
kicking them. But yeah, it's weird, but I get it because what the fuck? Noah's obsessed with people from outside of Noah.
They love anybody new.
All squandered opportunities. I feel that Noah had. It's really wild. Yeah. For 2 years ago, not the beginning of this year, but the beginning of last year was when they had their big Tokyo Dome show, right?
Was it Tokyo Dome?
I don't know.
What, January 1st?
The giant one.
Their big show's always January 1st.
Yeah, was that this year or was it last year where they had like the real big one? I don't remember. It was like Noah's coming out. It was like, holy shit, look at Noah being big shits.
That was January 1st, 2022.
Yeah. So it was like 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, whatever, almost 2 years ago. And they just like squandered every fucking opportunity they had.
They sure did.
Very weird decision making in that company. I think fucking what's his name? The on Y that's still there.
Oh, Lance.
Lance, he's still working there. Like it's just weird. Like Psycho Clown, like so weird stuff. I don't know.
Psycho Clown.
Noah's an interesting bird of a wrestling federation.
Sure is.
Yeah, I'm still mad at them. So.
Well, speaking of a wrestling federation,
yes.
The World Wrestling Federation.
The World Wrestling Federation.
Monday, I think it was Monday, officially signed Jade Cargill.
We talked about this last week, right? The speculation.
Yeah, now it's official.
Yes.
Already kind of treating it as like a humongous deal.
As you should.
It was announced via ESPN. Mm-hmm. They already had like video of her at the Performance Center. She did some interviews already.
Mm-hmm. She's already regurgitating the script.
Hey.
Like a good little soldier.
She's a fucking pro.
She's a star.
So yeah.
I wouldn't have let her walk.
That's official.
Yeah. Good for Jade.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it today. I've been thinking about it a lot. Jade Cargill has been my Roman Empire. Oh,
God damn it.
This week, if you get that. Michelle asked me again if I had a Roman Empire, and I realized what my real Roman Empire is. It's Terry Funk. But
that's different, though.
I'm thinking about him every day still. But Jade, I think I will keep an eye on it and watch Jade's debut and stuff. Like, I'm going to make sure I
For sure.
catch all that stuff. I said, like, probably even last week, I said I don't know if there's anything that would sway me to watch WWE product just because I don't like the way it's made. Mm-hmm. I don't like a lot of things, but like I just don't have a connection with the production side. But I'll watch Jade's stuff.
I said she should debut on SmackDown on Friday, tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I love you, Io Shirai, but just come and stomp you the fuck out and win.
You can't.
That's it. Win the belt.
Right. You have to do it out of spite towards AEW, right? And if anybody questions why they're pushing her so hard so fast, it's because they're trying to make it look like they got a real big steal from AEW, which they kind of did.
Yeah.
And we talked about this last week. I wouldn't have let her go, even though I don't think there was anything left for her to do in AEW. And she's kind of said that like her idea for herself in AEW was different than AEW's idea for her.
Yeah.
And, the streak is great and whatever happens, but like there's not much else for her to do in AEW because you didn't hotshot her to that main title.
Sure didn't.
And she's never going to be a good enough wrestler to get to where the fans of AEW would really love her. So WWE's the right space. She's going to be a good brand ambassador. She's going to be what they want. She's always said her hero is China, and she will be a better wrestler, second coming of China. She's not going to be a great wrestler, but you look at her and you're like, oh shit.
It's an attraction.
So, and that's sort of what business they're in.
Sure, nothing wrong with that.
It's a matter of who WWE is going to sacrifice to her. That could be tough.
Everybody.
But
just everybody.
But yeah, good for Jade. No hard feelings. It's funny to see people get called out on Twitter for being like, Jade's going to be the star that AEW wouldn't let her be, and what a great grab, and blah blah blah. And then people pulling receipts of them talking shit on Jade from when in AEW, like, look at how much she sucks. She's never going to be anything.
Those weird accounts,
insane.
Mute and move along.
Right, insane. Good for her. We talk about it all the time on here and privately. Like, wrestlers used to jump back and forth all the time.
Yeah.
You go where the money is. You go where your better deal is.
I'm sure she got paid a lot of money.
She's up high, real big now. Maybe in 3 years, she's down a little bit in WWE, and AEW can bring her back in as like a homecoming of sorts.
Could.
And she could raise her stocks back up and double it. Just, Rick Rude, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair.
Ricky Rude.
Ricky Rude. Thankful I'm not Ricky Rude. Piper, Dusty. Like, Joe and Adam on At Odds last week were talking about how Dusty was courted to be the head of the national WWF. So you went where the money was because although it's different now, you're still...
That's the ultimate goal is money.
Money.
Yeah.
It's money.
It sure is.
And make it. And I'll watch her because she's gorgeous.
She sure is.
As long as they don't take the reins of her Instagram.
I don't think they will.
I hope not.
Because some of their people posted pretty
Xia Li
risque
still has
shit.
it good. Xia Li's family came to watch her wrestle. See that? Good for her.
Good. What, her 3-minute main event match, I'm sure?
Good for her.
Good for her.
The true shooter.
Did you have any other news or no?
Do I have any other news? I Googled pro wrestling news.
Okay.
Do you have any other news?
I don't know. It was just those 3 movements happening.
WWE announces NXT deadline for December.
Oh, that's the one with like the weird... remember we watched it last year?
No.
Like they had like that weird like cage you have to go into if you lose or whatever.
Oh.
Weird.
Yeah, whatever. Weird. Let's see.
Why did we watch that?
Because we hate ourselves. Edge removed from WWE's internal roster. A lot of since it expired, he's open to show up whenever, which is going to be Sunday.
His contract officially ends.
A lot of people saying Wrestle Dream. He's going to show up and challenge Antonio Inoki, I've heard.
Oh, Jesus.
And Eddie Kingston explains why the pro wrestling business is going backwards. I didn't read that. I got to read that. New Japan, MLW, and CMLL form strategic alliance.
Saw something with that.
Everybody makes a big deal out of that, but it's like, that doesn't mean they're not going to work with AEW.
Yeah. No.
They're just working with other people.
With other companies.
They do with Impact. They do it with all kinds of people.
That's what you should do.
I don't understand. Indie Pro Wrestling Company cancels the event after fraud allegations.
Is that one PW?
An hour ago?
Yeah,
yes.
I saw Cardona was booked for it, and he was he got real pissed.
They launched in 2005, halted operation in 2011, come back in 2012 with Steve Gauntlet, its founder. The promotion has been promoting an event scheduled for October 28th featuring Matt Cardona, Eric Redbeard, and James Storm. Yeah. More on him in a bit.
For his $600 fee.
However, several wrestlers who were booked for the show have confirmed the event's been canceled. Announcer Joe Dombrowski has accused Gauntlet of engaging in fraudulent and illegal activities. If anybody isn't aware, this post by Sean Gauntlet a few weeks back on the 1PW account was and is blatantly false. I speak for myself and several others. I hate putting my business out there, but I feel I have no choice. Here's the thread of what I ain't reading a fucking thread. Jesus Christ, this guy's chatty. So whatever. Fraud. Whoopity do. Look at that, indie wrestler fucking shit up. Kenny Omega says wrestlers tend to support each other when they switch companies. That's true. No, didn't get no problem there. Let's see. Yeah, I guess this is a slow news week. Battle Creek's Rob Van Dam coming home to star in pro wrestling event. Battle Creek Inquirer.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay, we will. Battle in the Creek 3 to feature Hall of Famer RVD at the Kellogg Arena on Saturday.
That's not the one I was talking about.
Oh. Battle in the Creek 3, the whole damn show.
Cool.
Van Dam says the full circle moment for him.
All right, let's
see. As well as wrestling veteran Brian Cage and Alex Hammerstone. Team Blue Brands. $30 a ticket. You going to tell me who else is going to be there? No, Van Dam speaking in his alma mater, Penfield. All right, people need to write articles so I can process them faster on the podcast. That's it. That's a
there you go. There's your news. Before we get into actual wrestling, you want to talk about your show that you're watching?
I do. I finished watching The Wrestlers on Netflix, which I think Adam ran down on At Odds with Wrestling.
I think he did, yeah.
Adam and I have a little bit different take on this show.
Okay.
I watched this show because I knew that he was talking about it, and I was like, oh, well, this seems all right. I'm going to watch it because I got nothing else to watch, I guess. Oh, shit, I put my talk to text on here, and it's taking notes now. My notes are going to get all messed up.
Look at you.
It says Hustlers on Netflix. I don't know what that is. Anyway, The Wrestlers. For those of you who don't know, a lot of people talking about it. It's a Netflix documentary about Ohio Valley Wrestling, as run by Aloysius Snow.
Aloysius, yes.
So I just have some notes about things that happened that tickled my fancy on the Wrestlers TV show. So there's a handful of featured wrestlers on this show. Al Snow's like the main dude in charge. Mm-hmm. And then there's two guys who are the money guys because they're losing a ton of money.
Did we talk about this last week?
They do weekly live. I finished the show after last week. But they they do weekly live shows. They lose $2,000 just on that show every week.
It's OVW,
okay,
right?
OVW. So the money guy is explaining why he likes OVW so much. And he says that WWE and AEW are Michael Bay movies.
Okay.
And OVW is the squid and the whale.
Cool, man.
Yeah, OVW is going to make you think.
Oh, yeah.
And while he's saying this, it's intercut with them filming a cinematic match where a guy fights a demon through a portal in hell.
Oh, my head hurts. Oh, my God.
They put out a pay-per-view, so I thought the end of this show was them, was going to end with the success of the pay-per-view.
Yes, the success.
But it happens halfway through the series instead.
Okay.
And they break it down. How much the pay-per-view, they're on Fight, it's whatever, $20 or whatever it is. Their biggest show, they're doing, so that it ends up on their big show, but this is the pay-per-view. And they break it down that they need 500 buys to break even on the production of this pay-per-view.
That's not happening.
They get 74.
I love that.
Okay.
I love that so much.
Right. Then they talk about Cash Flow, who I learned last week was on JCW. Mm-hmm. It shows Cash Flow working CM Punk and Madman Mondo. Pondo? Sorry. Or no, I'm sorry, not my mistake here. Nick Mondo.
Oh, okay. Well, you combine the two.
Right. And it said, and the clip from JCW where it says he looks as broke as a $2 watch. There is the one money mark is this douchiest radio guy who does a radio sports show, and he's just a shitty person, and they frame him that way.
Yeah.
But he said that he won't pay wrestlers that disrespect him. He calls a meeting, and he's having a fight with some of the wrestlers because he's an outside guy. He doesn't understand wrestling, and he's trying to tell some of the wrestlers what to do, and the wrestlers don't like that. So he says they can act that way, but I won't pay them. I won't sign their checks. And then he has a seizure on camera. They're getting into a heated argument, and he just starts to twitch and seize. Ugh. And I'm like, this is the wrestling documentary. What's happening here?
Yeah, that's weird.
And he just didn't tell anybody that he was epileptic.
Good. That's, don't disclose
and
that.
Al Snow freaks out. I'm calling an ambulance. And he's you can't talk right away after a seizure. And he's like, no, don't. I'm fine. No, don't. And then he gets up and tries to walk and stumbles, and everybody's freaking out. And then he goes to his car. He's like, I'm going home. They're like, you can't drive.
Yeah.
And then they convince him to let someone drive him home, but they've already called an ambulance. And the documentary is framed that as the ambulance is pulling in front of the OVW stadium, he's driving away in his car because he refused to get help.
What a fucking
But then
idiot.
he calls Tony Khan, the radio guy.
Okay.
So he talked to TK, and he's trying to get guys on AEW Dark.
Okay.
And Al Snow says that he won't put any of his guys on AEW Dark, that he's against it.
Oh, yeah. God forbid they actually make some money.
Because his guys won't win. And so he won't put them on unless...
I hate this so much.
He won't put guys on AEW unless they win.
Oh, my God.
So he doesn't want to do it. They do it. Oh, but Al Snow also says that he considers sending guys to Dark begging. And he's not going to beg Tony Khan. He said, Tony Khan should be coming to me to ask for my wrestlers, not me asking him if my wrestlers can be on his TV.
Al Snow sucks.
Yep. So Haley, the main breakout star who's been sent home from WWE training now, I don't know if you saw that, Holly Hood, Haley J, is also epileptic. as she reveals after the incident where she tells everybody that she has to smoke weed before every match. And then she says, well, after the guy has a seizure, she's like, oh, I'm epileptic too. That's why I smoke weed.
Hey, me too.
She said, I haven't had a seizure since I was 15, so clearly the weed works. They lose $180,000 in 7 months as a company. Okay. So there's a guy, Eric Darkstorm. This man is dating Hollywood Haley J.
That sounds like the shittiest 2003 indie worker.
He does every interview. He's like in backgrounds and stuff. He's dating Hollywood. He's 36. She's like 20 something. He's all tatted up. He does all of his interviews from the driver's side of his beat up car. Like he sits and hangs out the window and does all his interviews that way. Ugh. But he runs down all of his tattoos, including the portrait of Ron Paul he has on his back.
You told me about that.
That he says, look him up. And then he says, Jesus, my Lord and Savior. And then next to Ron Paul, he points and goes, and this one's Dracula.
Oh.
That might have been my favorite part of the entire series. Dude gets arrested for snorting drugs in his car at a show.
Well, why am I not surprised?
Not that guy, different guy.
Oh, okay.
Al Snow gets real mad and says he won't let him back. Dude gets 3 months unsupervised probation.
Okay.
Not a bad deal.
No, it's not bad.
He goes to meet Al, and Al says, if it was the old days, I'd never let you back here, but give it time.
What?
And then he's talking, so he's not allowed.
They used to do coke all the time.
He's not allowed back in. It wasn't coke; it was some crushed up pill.
Sure, whatever.
But he goes out back to talk to Eric Darkstorm and Hollywood Haley J about how Al said if he stays clean for like 6 months, he'll think about booking him again and this and that. And the guy's real down and he needs money and but he's clean. He's been clean and sober since the arrest, and he feels real embarrassed about it. And while he's standing outside of the OVW arena, Eric Darkstorm and Hollywood Haley J convince him to go California sober and just smoke weed.
Yeah. What that fucking term.
Right. Ugh. So he gets convinced to smoke weed by the guy with the Ron Paul portrait tattoo. Then there's a point where Hollywood and her mom, who's like one of the agents for Al Snow, get booked in WoW. Okay. And they leave, and Al Snow gets pissed.
Of course.
Because he feels that his workers shouldn't be allowed to do any other indies.
Yeah, shouldn't be allowed to make a fucking living.
Because it's unfair that he has to rewrite stories if other people get booked elsewhere and can't make it to one of the shows. Now, Hollywood is probably the biggest star they have, and she's never going to make it anywhere. They have Shira, their big champion, big muscly guy who was in Impact for a little bit. I remember him in
Impact. He sucked there.
Stinks. Yeah. Great look. Stinks, right?
Wasn't good there.
So he ends up losing the title to James Storm. So he's their champion, but he talks about how they've never built anybody up to face him, so he has no opponents as champion. So they bring in James Storm, which they argue about the $600 if that's going to bring people in. And then they have James Storm beat this guy for the OVW title. Of course. And that dude gets so upset. Like, it breaks his heart.
Does
it breaks his fucking heart, man. And like, he goes in, he's like, I respect you, Al Snow. I trust what you're doing. I trust you're not going to take me in the wrong direction, blah, blah, blah. He's like, and you could just tell he's fucking broken about it.
Fucking
James Storm, whatever.
Mark.
Darkstorm, in episode 6, Eric Darkstorm reveals that he beats Hollywood.
Oh, he reveals it. Good.
Yes. He talks about how he hits her. Because she smashed his car, dude. Like, she hit his car once with, like, a baseball bat. So he pulled her through the window and beat the shit out of her.
These people should fuck off.
Yep. And then when they ask Haley... so then he says, but like, she hits me. And then they cut to an interview with Hollywood Haley J., and are like, does he hit you? And she says, no comment. Right. Cash Flow got involved. So the Darkstorm doesn't work merch tables. He refuses to go out to a merch table before the show because he shouldn't have to sell merch.
Oh, he wants to keep his mystique.
He's a good enough of a wrestler that he shouldn't have to be out there selling merch. But also he says that Cash Flow is always the first guy out there. And he doesn't want to talk to Cash Flow about wrestling stuff. So he doesn't go out to his merch table. 3 episodes later, you learn that Cash Flow witnessed Darkstorm beating Haley J once and beat the shit out of Darkstorm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
oh my god, it's funny you bring that up about the merch tables. So
yes,
this is completely sidetracked.
Yes,
Cardona did like an Ask Me Anything whatever this week on Twitter, and they said something about like him selling merch, like why he doesn't sell T-shirts at shows. He's like, I have a place you can go buy them. Yeah. I want you to like get something unique at the show. And he's
also
like,
a lot to carry around.
That too. And he's like, one of my biggest things. He's like, I can't believe. He's like, I go to a show and the guys are just sitting in the locker room. They're not out at the merch table. He's like, what are you fucking doing? Mm-hmm. He's like, do you not want to make money? Do you not want to make a connection? Do you, like, this is the whole goal of this. He's like, and you're just sitting there in the locker room and I don't want to be bothered. He's like, you gotta hustle.
Stickers, patches, little stuff.
Look at all the like trinkets he has. You know, like
we just bought those little things off of Max.
It's just
super smart.
And that's why no matter like what,
make more money there than you can.
I'll talk about Broski later. Yeah, but it's like the dude fucking gets it.
Right. So you make more money at the merch table than sometimes you're getting paid.
Yep.
They eventually show at the very end of the episode, Layla Gray, who's been the women's champion, who's been Holly Hood's.
I remember Layla Gray.
Right, has been sort of her rival through all of this. Walks into Al Snow's office and goes, I got signed by AEW. And he's like, for real? She wasn't really featured. She was around, and she's clearly the best looking person on the roster. Yeah. So it makes sense that she got signed. Jay's baddie. She's been around still. She's had a decent little run and getting paid, whatever. She's not a very good wrestler.
I haven't seen her in ages, brother.
It's been a couple months, maybe, since Jade left, probably.
Yes, yeah.
Because she was Jade's baddie right up until the end, pretty much. But, so she got signed, so she probably has a couple year contract there. The Outrunners are roaming around in the background a whole bunch, but they don't really talk to them at all.
See, that's bullshit. I would have watched it just for those dudes.
They show the AEW Dark matches.
Youngest Men Alive.
And Cash Flow loses to the Trustbusters. Oh, God. So that's how long ago this was. It's to fucking Shaky Guy and Slim J.
Parker Bidget.
So, but the big thing at the end, they're going towards their biggest show, their WrestleMania. Do you know what they call it, Brett?
Nope.
The big one.
Oh, God. That's creative. Good for Ohio Valley Wrestling.
So they're building towards the big one, which is like the make or break, right? The money guys are like, listen, we don't have a long time of us losing this money left. We got to start making money, or we're going to have to leave and OVW's going to have to fail. Or he's like, or we're going to have to cut live TV and just do... He's like, we'll just do 4 recordings at once and put them on TV. Like, that's the first step. If, like, we just keep losing this money,
that's what they should be doing.
He's like, that's what Impact does. That's what a lot of people do. Yeah. But Al Snow refuses to not do live TV.
Oh, good.
So, for the big one, the big draw is that the radio money guy convinces Al Snow to wrestle.
Oh, God.
Al Snow hasn't wrestled in years, according to him. He looks good. He got the belly, but, like, he's bigger than he
he's fucking roided up.
Right, he's all roided up.
He's on the juice.
Constantly getting massages on the show and
nothing
stuff.
wrong with anabolic steroids.
I hear they're great. But Al Snow, like, looks pretty cool, like as like an old shit kicker.
You're the first person to ever say that.
He looks cool. The slick back hair, he's got the big belly, but he's all roided up. Okay. I like it. So they convince him to wrestle, and that's the big draw. He's teaming up with the head trainer of OVW, Doug Basham.
Oh, I remember the Bashams.
Lots of Doug Basham in this.
Doug and Danny Basham.
So Doug, I think it's Doug Basham. I hope it's Doug Basham.
Remember when they were part of JBL's cabinet?
Yep.
I remember when they had Linda Miles, cousin Linda, who went Tough Enough the one year, and their gimmick was that she was just like, she was a dom and they were subs.
Absolutely. So they do the tag match. Shockingly, Al Snow wins. The crowd goes crazy. They sold a whole bunch of tickets.
Does he hit a snowplow?
He sure does. Okay. But yeah, the show is fun, but it's not good. The thing about this is, like, they don't ever make fun of anybody. Like, it's not like taking the piss out of anybody. Like, it's treated as a real documentary.
Which is fine.
But, like, there's not a star featured here.
No.
Like, there's no story of, like, the little company that could. This is the story of the little company that's going to continue to lose money until they fire Al Snow because they can't afford to pay him anymore.
Sure.
Like, it's just not sustainable, right? Weekly TV, they're getting 74 buys on pay-per-view. They're on Fight Plus, apparently. Like, they're, Al Snow's thought, we're running millions of houses every week. Nobody's watching your fucking show.
Yeah, you may be there.
Right? Hollywood Haley J had a WWE tryout. She's already been sent home for a medical reason, they said. Probably because they cut her smoking weed, and she's like, well, I'm epileptic. And they were like, okay, go home. But she never had a shot anyway. So the best thing on this whole thing is the feud that they manufactured between her and her mom that ended a death match. Yeah. And it was a lot of fun. Like, it was shot in a way, and there was enough real-life tension about Haley J's mom abandoning her when she was a kid and for real life and, like, drugs and all that. That, like, it builds to a really cool TV story for an indie show, and it's probably the most interesting thing that happens. But there's nobody there that actually has a shot.
Yeah, I believe that.
And, like, while... they're all... I'm not going to rag on any of them. Like, Cashflow still thinks he's going to make it, and he's been wrestling for 20 years, you know? And good for them, man. Like, if you're making money...
Sure.
And, you know, they all say, this is how I support my family. If you're making enough money to support your family on wrestling, that's awesome. But, like, there's nobody there that they have in OVW that's actually going to get a real shot.
I believe that.
Like, Layla Gray was the only one.
And that didn't pan out too well.
Right, and they don't feature the Outrunners. Like, you see the Outrunners, like, twice walking around the background. Like, those guys, I think, could have a very small run somewhere on TV. Like, they would catch on for being silly. Truth Magnum.
And Turbo Floyd. Oh, they rock.
The youngest men alive.
They're fucking great.
But yeah, it's just, like, watching it is like, again, it's not sad. They don't make fun of anybody. It's not, like, taking the piss out of anybody. But there's just nobody that has a shot. And like that happens on indies everywhere, sure. You know. And I'm not saying that's not. Then you should stop doing it. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have a shot, stop doing it. It's just like, there's no rag to riches story here. It's rags to continued rags.
Yeah. Just take the rag from your left hand and put it in your right hand.
And like that can be tough to watch.
Sure.
And it's also well done by the documentary makers for not making it a parody. You know, like, you know, even sort of like, you know, it, in a way, it's a little bit similar to American Movie.
Okay.
Right?
I fucking love American Movie.
American Movie's a way better documentary.
Sure. It's incredible.
And there's no Mike character that's super entertaining and like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to hang out with these people. Like, the American Movie guys, I'm like, I would go be in Coven 2 for these guys. Like,
hang out.
Like, these guys are endearing people that just don't have a shot in hell, right?
Yeah.
Although they ended up making a pretty decent living.
Sure.
Rest in peace, Mike Shank.
Brother.
But it's similar to that in a way that, like, you're just watching people who aren't good at what they're doing be completely dedicated to what they're doing.
I mean, I can respect that.
So there is an appeal, there is merit to that. But there's not a star here. Mm-hmm. And I think they were hoping, maybe. I think that's what sort of documentaries want to be, right? You hope for the breakout. You hope for rags to riches. You hope for at the end of the thing, the credits can roll and be like, 6 months after the documentary was filming, Cash Flow became AEW International Champion, you know? Eric Darkstorm is out of jail. Like, that's about the most triumphant thing you're going to get is Eric Darkstorm manages to never be arrested.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'll watch it eventually. I just don't know when.
It is interesting for the behind-the-scenes workings of an indie.
Sure.
But I don't even know if it's a true indie, like the true independent wrestling experience, because Al Snow is convinced that they're a better product. And you can't listen. You're running a fucking company. You're being paid to run this company. You can't go on a professional documentary and be like, everyone here is the shits. I'm bad at my job.
You can't just,
and this company's never going anywhere. Sure. You have to put up airs and sort of talk about things. But like, I just, you know, the triumphant thing. What the most triumphant thing they try and spin at the end of this documentary is that Al Snow returns to wrestling.
Cool. So the world's been clamoring for.
Right. And they show a lot of ECW clips, and he sort of talks a little bit here and there about how he didn't prioritize himself, and like he should have shot down some ideas in WWE that buried him, like that he sort of
wasn't. We were on screen with The Rock and Mankind,
right? Like, but he said like he wasn't. There were some instances where he was focused on, like, he lost some matches that he shouldn't have lost. And, like, he was like, yeah, I'll go do the job. Like, he was job. So he's like, yeah, I'll do whatever. And he's like, and it hurt me.
Pay me, brother.
Right. But they show some clips and they show the ECW thing. And, like, he has Head with him in the match at the end. And he does the head dance. And that gets me. I liked Al Snow. So
I love that one clip when Jenna Jameson's like, you know what, I really want to give you some head. Yeah. And then she busts it. Right. Oh, it's so good.
And there's so some bootlegger made the Job Squad shirt that's available this week. I saw it.
Really?
Yeah, on the white. And I always kind of wanted one. And the
white?
Yeah.
Link me anyway.
Well, because it was on white. That was what
I know,
but
like,
wore. So
I wish it was on black. Everything should be on black.
But I know it sounds weird, but I did like it. I did like the show.
Yeah. Maybe
it is fascinating. But like, if you're thinking like that they're going to discover the next star, it's just not there.
Ain't happening, pal.
It's just not there. The biggest star to even come close to thinking about having is Al Snow.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Ay. Well, before we get into like actual like wrestling we watched, I think it's time.
Oh yes, it certainly is.
For the Terry Funk moment of the week.
Yes. Are you gonna play it?
No.
Okay.
Unless you want me to and you don't want to edit.
No, we're good. We listened to it before, so we'll just do it that way. But it's great.
Yes.
And I love it. So here it is.
Douglas wants to talk to you people and tell you how wonderful that he is. Cactus Jack listens to him and he feeds you full of bull. Bull is what he gives you. That's right. He has never accomplished a thing compared to me, to my family, or anyone else that has any wrestling ability. I'm gonna whip him like a goddamn dog. You watch me. You people watch me. That's a promise. A promise. And I've never lied to you yet.
All right, there it is. Great, shorter one this week. I'm glad you picked one because all my Terry Funk promos that I've been watching this week are 5 minutes plus.
I figured let's just get a short one because there's a lot of wrestling to talk about.
Yes, absolutely.
But
Terry Funk burying Shane Douglas.
We want to watch him whip somebody like a dog.
That's right.
All right, so we'll get into some wrestling.
Yes, let's talk actual wrestling.
America.
Yes.
I did watch on SmackDown just because I was like, hey, I feel like I'm obligated to watch this.
Okay.
For the SmackDown Women's title, Io Sky versus Asuka.
Oh, okay.
This is fucking awesome, dude.
Is this still building off their confrontation from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania last year?
Where they just called each other bitch?
Yes.
Baka, baka, baka.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't keep up week to week anymore. Okay. But I was like, oh, it's Io versus Asuka. Yeah. Of course I'm going to watch it. And it fucking rocked.
Good.
They went like 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah?
Oh,
cool.
It was awesome, dude.
Cool.
Io got the win. Io they're giving her a good run with the belt, man.
That's awesome.
And can't wait till she loses to Charlotte Flair.
She's a good wrestler. She'll lose to Jade.
I'm all right with that. Mm-hmm. That's like the one person I think I'm okay with her losing to. Because at the end of the day, I'm like, hey, that's Io Shirai.
Right.
And none of you are. So
yeah,
she's automatically cooler than you.
I like it.
Did you watch another promotion in the States this week?
I sure did.
All right. This makes me happy.
All right.
I don't know if it's going to make me happy or sad.
Okay.
So last Thursday while we were recording, a promotion made its debut coming to you live on TikTok.
Yep.
Sukeban
World.
This is a all-female Japanese Joshi promotion.
Sure is.
Based in the United States.
Yes.
So this was coming to you from New York. It was a 750 cap building, sold out.
Okay.
So the debut show.
Oh, okay. Before we get into the show.
Okay.
I before I discuss this show and we have our little breakdown of what this show was.
Okay.
I just want you to know.
Okay.
That I think we should buy tickets the next time they come in.
I'm real happy that you said that because I really want to go to this.
Now.
All right.
What I say about this show may contradict that statement.
Well, yeah, because I want to buy tickets, so I don't have to listen to commentary.
But I still think we should go.
Okay, all right.
Now let's talk about it.
All right, so listen, this is the debut.
Yes.
They announced it, a couple months ago that this was happening?
Yeah.
Picked up a little steam. I know some people in the Discord are like, oh, this is pretty fucking cool.
Uh-huh.
So the opening match, sir.
Yeah. So there's intro videos, anime style of all the factions. It's like 4 factions.
I love it.
Of like 4 or 5 women.
Uh-huh.
Some of which you know, and I meant to make a whole list, but most of them I don't know, so I didn't make a whole list. I just have one called out who I knew off the cuff. I was like, ah!
All right. Okay, that makes me happy.
And then there's another one that I was also very happy about. But the intro and then the Joan Jett and Runaways entrance music, like in the first 3 minutes, I was like, well, I love this promotion. let's fucking go.
I know you're going to be very happy about somebody else's entrance music later.
And then the first person I see that I recognize is Otaku-chan, who is Fukujin Death. And I was like, that's Fukujin Death. This is awesome.
Yeah, dude.
Lots of other people not recognizable to me.
Okay.
I looked them all up on Cage Match and saw like their alters. It's just people that I don't watch.
Okay.
But there are a few.
So we're gonna write down. I'm not gonna whistle. If you don't, we don't need to go into great depth or whatever.
Listen, there is not a great wrestling match on this show.
There's not a bad match.
There is a good match.
There's one good match,
and then a bunch of okay, probably really good live matches
for an hour and a half.
Right. I will say that the commentary is terrible. The person, I'm not naming name. I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. You know who it is.
Not it.
I don't know if she is always the play-by-play, but she stinks at it.
Yeah, brother.
And then the color isn't much better, nor is it that clearly defined. Commentary stinks out loud. I don't care how good you think you are. I don't care if you think you should be signed by a major company. You stink. Anyway.
Real bad.
Real bad.
Real bad.
Real bad. But anyway.
Yes.
First match, 6-woman tag team match.
Yes.
The Cherry Bomb Girls.
That's right.
Featuring Stan Hansen's favorite wrestler, Crush You, Rico Blondie, and Supersonic. So these are Japanese female wrestlers. These are Joshi wrestlers from other promotions around the world who have different gimmicks here and are in different stables.
Yeah.
Crush You is you from Stardom. Is that where you
like
is?
A freelancer.
Freelancer,
but
sure.
Yeah, Stardom.
So we've talked about you on the show before. Rico Blondie, I don't know. Supersonic, I don't know.
Yes.
They wrestled the Vandals.
They sure did.
Which is Atomic Banshee, Bingo,
fucking Bingo,
and Otaku-chan, second in the ring by the Midnight Player.
Dude, number one.
Yes.
I'm all the way in on Midnight Player.
Okay.
Midnight Player fucking rules.
All right. Okay.
We'll talk more later, but fuck yeah, Midnight Player.
All right.
Yeah, man. The crowd was super energetic the whole show.
Yes. So the Cherry Bomb Girls come out to Cherry Bomb by the Runaways.
Of course they do.
And the Vandals come out to Bad Reputation by Joan Jett.
Because of course they do.
Right. 10 out of 10 on entrance music.
Listen, the Vandals that come out, they're flipping off the crowd,
Absolutely.
you know.
Yes.
They kick ass.
And I love Fukujin Death, so by proxy, I love Otaku-chan.
You have to.
Yes.
Yeah. Cherry Bomb Girls were the first ever match in the promotion.
Yes. Goes about 10 minutes. I have no notes on it. It wasn't very good. It's fine. They're not bad. They're fine.
You're getting to know people, you know?
Exactly. It's goofy. They're not. Yeah. It's just what it is. Yes.
Yes. Next match was a three-way match.
Yes.
Konami,
who we've seen recently, we talked about on the show. She's just Konami in Stardom. I think she's in. Is she in the 5-star Grand Prix?
No,
she just wrestled.
Just wrestled.
I think she wrestled Julia or something.
Yep. Yeah. Queen of Hearts.
Yes.
And Saki
Bimi. Konami comes out to Police on My Back by The Clash off of Sandinista. Made me happy.
I was gonna say you were real pumped about that.
You're running. Police on my back. You can't. And I was like, yes, this is awesome. 10 out of 10 music. 10 out of 10. Yeah. 11 out of 10 even for the entrance music on this show. Queen of Hearts and Saki Bimi, I don't remember what they come out to.
I'm almost positive Queen of Hearts came out to Mother.
Oh, she comes out to Mother too?
She came out to Mother, yeah.
Okay.
Because they're part of my favorites.
Oh, is she in Dangerous Liaisons?
Dangerous Liaisons is the best.
I wasn't sure because Dangerous Liaisons comes out to Mother.
Yeah.
But I don't have notes here. I wasn't sure if Queen of Hearts or Saki Bimi who came out to what, but
Konami wins.
Okay, Konami does win in 12 minutes. Probably the worst match on the show.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
The next one is Midnight Player.
This is the best match on the show.
It is. Midnight Player, who's 21 years old.
Okay.
Going up against Stray Cat.
Who comes out to the Stray Cat strut. 11 out of 10 on entrance music.
Also 21 years old.
Okay, great. Stray Cat in a precarious outfit.
Stray Cat greater than Alley Cat.
Oh, well, absolutely.
Yeah, this is the best match on the show.
Don't wish that into existence.
No. I'm sure it already went in her rattled brain.
This is the best match on the show.
It sure is, man. Stray Cat beats Midnight Player. Midnight Player respects Stray Cat.
Right.
Wants Stray Cat to join the Dangerous Liaison.
Right.
The Vandals. That's who Midnight Player's a part of.
Midnight Players and the Vandals.
Goes to get the T-shirt, and Stray Cat says, no.
Right.
I'm a Stray Cat.
That's right. And she also comes down from the catwalk.
Yeah.
She doesn't have an entrance.
Yeah.
She
the
comes
spotlights that goes through the catwalk.
She comes down from the catwalk and walks through the crowd because she's a stray cat.
Oh, my God.
Brilliant.
Oh, it's
Brilliant
so good.
professional wrestling. I don't care who you are. It's perfect. Yes.
Yeah. And then the next match we have is the Dangerous Liaisons, which is Commander Nakajima.
Yes.
Who you may know as Arisa Nakajima, and Lady Antoinette.
Lady Antoinette, yes.
Going up against the Harajuku Stars, which are Babyface and Maya Mamushi.
Yes. And the Harajuku Stars come out to I Want Candy by Bow Wow Wow. And Dangerous Liaisons, again, out to Mother, 11 out of 10.
11 out of 10.
11 out of 10 in music.
Whoever's picking the music, listen, you're awesome.
Perfect.
I like this match. I thought it was very good.
Yeah, this match was good. This was the second best match on the card for sure. It was fun.
The one announcer that wasn't the real bad one.
Sam Turner. Was that it?
Kept saying it was this for Commander Nakajima. It's like, oh, Captain Nakajima. And I was like, ew, stop saying it that way. Go, stop it, you.
Do your research.
And then the main event, the Sukeban World Title Eliminator match.
Right.
Which the world title was presented by none other than Commissioner Bull Nakano.
Right. And here's the thing. I don't remember hearing about this necessarily before it happened, but like if they had said, like, listen, there's this new promotion coming to New York. It's a Joshi promotion. These are the names that I wouldn't recognize. Yeah. But they were like, but Bull Nakano's going to be there as commissioner.
Like,
we would have bought tickets.
Yeah. Tickets sold out real quick.
I'm sure they did.
But yes, Bull Nakano, the commissioner, like
full gear,
full the blue face paint.
Comes out to Angel of Death.
Oh, I got so fired up, man.
I should have came out to Napalm Death, but whatever. You know. But Angel of Death, 12 out of 10. Bull struggling with the English, but she did fine. Yeah, absolute fucking legend.
Fucking love me some Bull.
So if Bull's gonna come in every show, I'm gonna go and just cry when I meet Bull Nakano. Just weep
and just be like, I'm sorry that they made that real bad shell of you. Right, here's the junk shop dog.
Yeah, just weep into her arms. I love that woman.
I do too. Main event, the world title eliminator match was Ichigo Sayaka against Countess Sayori, which is Sayori now.
We just watched Stardom. Yeah, we just watched in Stardom, and she's a talented wrestler. Yeah, the match was okay.
Match was all right. 11 minutes.
Yeah, and it's eliminator, so it's not for the title. It's just the Ichigo Sayaka goes to wrestle whoever wins the next title eliminator in December. I think they said they were coming back. I believe
so.
They just no official announcement yet. So.
Yeah, dude. So what? So that was the end of the show. Again, it's an hour and a half.
Hour and a half, right?
I was happy that I didn't have to watch it through TikTok.
Yes.
I probably would have fucking been miserable.
Yeah. Well, because it isn't like phone orientation. It was widescreen. So can you turn your phone sideways on the TikTok?
No.
Okay.
So I think there's a way to hide the chat on TikTok.
But you're still watching it long, like
I believe so, yeah.
That's weird. I don't like that.
And I'll
give it a shot though. Next time it's happening, I'll watch it through the TikTok.
Yeah, I just don't love that.
And then I'll quit and wait for the YouTube upload. It is on YouTube. Sukeban World, SUKEBAN.
Yes, it's on YouTube. It totally wasn't watched through other nefarious means.
Okay.
That's where I watched it.
Oh, it was on YouTube though.
Well, yeah, it didn't get loaded till like 2 days later. Okay. I was like, I really want to fucking watch this, and
there you go.
Found it.
Found it.
So yeah, that was
it was fun, man.
Dude, that's how I felt watching it. I was like, hey, I think you'll like this because it's just fun.
I think it'd be rocking and rolling in person. Like I think the crowd seems to be into it.
Yeah,
and it's silly and it's fun. Yeah,
I think the show would flow so fast.
Oh yeah,
and apparently the live experience was a lot of fun. They said outside they had it set up almost like a Japanese market, like with different tables and foods and stuff. And I think it was Emi Sakura went.
Oh yeah,
and she said like how much fun it was, cool. And it reminded her of
it's being crying into somebody's arms.
Well, yes,
walking through and seeing Emi Sakura.
Emi said she had such a good time.
Yeah, so I would offer to carry her for the rest of just hop into my arms and I will parade you around, my queen.
She is our queen. So that was
all right. I had a lot of fun.
That makes me happy. I love hearing that.
It's not like even I think they know it's not like a sit there and study professional wrestling kind of show. But it was just a lot of fun. Yeah. And the characters are different and bright and goofy and whatever. So
it's a lot of fun, man.
Stray Cat's outfit is wild. Wild outfit.
Listen, Midnight Player.
I've only ever seen one person in an outfit like that.
Oh boy.
I'm not going to say who.
Doug?
But he's my life coach.
He's my death coach. Doug, you're my stray cat. So, I mean, you are like Brian Setzer.
No. Not allowed.
So,
Editing that out of the show.
So all right, let's get to AEW because they had a jam-packed
Because they gave
week.
us 2 hours of Rampage. Like, that was a good fucking
I don't
idea.
have everything from it. Honestly,
All right,
I don't think there was anything great from either hour.
Let me delete my notes on the wrestlers. Are you concerned about my wrestlers' notes for later on?
I mean,
No? Okay, good.
all right.
All right. Rampage.
Yes. So, I mean, I'm gonna. If you have anything like you want to,
you run it down. I have everything. There's not a ton to talk about. But
if you feel like there is, then let me know.
Sure.
I did watch Sting and Darby.
Me too. I have a big issue with this
Luchasaurus.
match. Huge, massive issue with this match.
What's your issue with it?
The Scorpion Death Coffin Drop, where Stinger has him in the Scorpion Death Drop and Darby does the Coffin Drop.
Yeah,
should have been the fucking finish. I have this. I'm rejecting the 3 stars for a roll up.
I'm rejecting.
This is the first time in the history of hashtag the Dude Scale.
You're rejecting it.
I am removing the plus 3 stars for a roll up finish, because while there was a roll up finish, you do not get cooler than Sting having the guy in the Scorpion Death Drop and Darby coffin dropping on top of the guy as Sting falls.
Like,
it should have been the finish.
Dude, how cool was that finish? Like, how cool was that?
I don't know how that's not the finish. So I've removed the 3 stars. They do not get it.
Do they get minus 3 stars or they just don't get the boost?
I'm just rejecting the 3 stars for the roll up. That's it.
All right, I'm all right with that.
I'm not going to punish. I'm just not going to reward.
You're stern.
I'm stern but fair.
Stern but fair. Yes. Next thing I have, I love that so much, is Orange Cassidy, Chris Statlander, and the Hooker Man going up against.
I only have one note for this match.
2.0 and Anna Jay.
Yes, I only have one note.
Yeah?
Anna Jay's getting thick with a lot of C's. And I'm super here for it.
Sup, Anna Jay.
Oh, she looks better than ever. She always looked great, but like when she came out, I'm sorry, this is a greasy section of the podcast. We try not to be super greasy.
Tune in to add-ons, but
when she came out and I saw her thighs, I was like, "Oh, Anna Jay, you're doing it the right. Whatever your program is, you're doing it the right way."
Jack Perry, you may have got choked out by Phil,
you're
but
a fucking
you know
bitch.
what?
But you know what?
Good on you, brother.
Just stay at home, not fucking working.
Yeah.
You're in the fucking right because she looks fucking good.
Next up, I have the segment where it's the Callis family with Sammy Guevara.
Yes, that's the very next segment.
And then Jericho comes running out very gingerly down the ramp.
Looking like $1 million.
His 8-inch heels.
Yeah, again, thick in all the wrong places.
Throwing some of the sloppiest brawling punches ever. And then they finally get him down as Callis is about to stab him with a screwdriver. Right. And Kenny Omega makes the save.
And that
place goes fucking ballistic.
Absolutely.
Which I'm like, hey, remember that guy, Kenny Omega?
Yeah.
Your fucking star.
Right.
Place goes nuts. He saves Jericho.
Yeah. Did we mention on this show at all how Jericho's outstayed his welcome in AEW and there's nothing else for him to do?
We did.
That's still true. I don't think him and Omega teaming up is the draw that Jericho thinks it is.
Yeah.
Omega is, so people are going to cheer.
Sure is, yeah.
And Jericho's going to think that cheering is because they're teaming up, but really it's just because Kenny Omega's on TV and the Young Bucks aren't with them.
Yeah, because then they do the little interview backstage where
Fathead Marvez interviews.
Yeah, like Omega talks about, he's like, I don't like Jericho, but I don't like these guys more or whatever.
Callis turned on his family. He just wants to handle Callis.
So that Jericho comes in like an 80s baby face, is like, us guys against your guys, like we got Kota Ibushi and find a third, and we'll settle this at Wrestle Dream.
Yes.
Which I don't know when they announced it. I think it was on Collision, but that third person is Will by God Ospreay.
Yes.
So, I mean, hey, there's potential there.
Right, because Omega and Ospreay are in the ring together.
Anytime they're together, man, I'm all about it.
Not because of Jericho.
No, and not because of slow Ibushi.
Right.
So
we're going to... breaks my heart.
Yeah, it hurts. Julia Hart versus Sky Blue. Did you watch that? Or did you watch anything before that?
Well, I skipped the Best Friends Hardys versus Kingdom versus Righteous because
fucking way
thank you
watching that
very fucking much.
Nope.
But it is important to note that the Righteous win this match.
Sure.
With a Jeff does the Swanton, but as he goes, Vincent blind tags him, hits his own swanton. I fast forwarded, but then saw the end. Yeah. Hits his own swanton and wins. But it is important to note for future talk that the Righteous win this match. We get a Mike Santana promo, which is nice that they're featuring him as a singles guy.
Yeah.
I skipped the Dark Order versus the Acclaimed just because I'm just not interested.
Dude, not
same.
Interested. I just don't.
I don't even dislike both those teams. They just do nothing against each other. Yeah. I actually have probably the most notes about Sky Blue versus Julia Hart.
Okay.
My first note is I think this is the first time I noticed Brody Lee's broken hand from punching the wall. Brody King. Yep. Sorry, Brody Lee.
You're good.
Rest in peace. But like we all heard about it, but we never really saw anything. But he's got it casted up.
In the cast. Well, hey,
I love him seconding Julia to the ring.
Love it.
It's a great fucking thing.
Love it.
I think that House of Black has the best and most complete presentation out of any group in this company. They're consistent. You know, like they're like Brody ain't coming out in anything but a suit.
Yeah.
Like Anna Jay does her bit. Like
suit and a bolo tie.
They're always making sure that every time they're out there, their presentation is on point.
So did you see the clip of Malachi on Instagram this week?
No.
So he was addressing why people are asking why he's not wrestling singles matches, and they're speculating his back.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, like I had a back issue, no doubt. He's like, it's healed now. And he goes, he goes, I don't know why I'm not wrestling singles matches. He goes, but we're also pushing the trios division.
Right.
And he goes, and then he goes, right now, he goes, I am home. He goes, I have a slight calf tear. And he goes, I have something with my knee. He goes, nothing major. He goes,
he's got to sit around for
a couple weeks. He goes, I'm going to be back.
Another guy, boo-hoo, he's got to sit around and not work, right?
Yeah, especially when it's
coming home to him all the time.
Yeah.
Boo.
Zelina Vega. Yeah, so there was that, because I guess there was more scuttlebutt this week.
And that's interesting. I really like them as a trios, but like those guys also separate potentially like have the most potential out of three guys that you can split from a group to have great singles runs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like Brody could be the killer you haven't figured out to do yet, right? We know Buddy can fucking go. And Malachi can go. Like Malachi is a guy that like should, if healthy, and grant the back and whatever, and now this calf tear or whatever, but like him stepping in the ring with Shibata, him stepping in the ring with some of these Japanese stars.
I'm dying for him.
Jay White, like
I'm dying for him and Omega.
Right, him Omega, like there's 5-star potential in those matches.
Sure is.
And for whatever the reasons are, and I think they're legitimate, back injury, mental health, this calf thing, like he hasn't had the opportunity, if he even can, to be fully let off the leash. And I think the trio, I think they've helped the trios division. If that's what they continue to do, I think that's fine. I love everything about them.
Yeah.
But like, other trios groups, like you look at the Acclaimed, and I like the Acclaimed.
I do too.
But like outside of Bowens in a singles run, there's not much for those guys.
No.
The Hung Bucks, Hangman. But the Bucks ain't gonna have. We're gonna talk about that. But the Bucks ain't gonna be having no fucking singles run.
Nope.
So like, but like the House of Black are the team that works the best as a trio and has the most potential for singles, and that makes them actually kind of harder to book.
You would think, right?
So, but this match, Julian Sky Blue, this first time I was like, my last note on this is like, Julia Hart might be something.
More on that later.
I was like, what's like, because she does the spider suplex, rolls off the corner into a standing moonsault.
Yeah.
And the Heartless is a cool looking submission.
Very cool.
We've seen variations. It's not dissimilar from a Rings of Saturn. It's not dissimilar from how Danielson beat Okada with a broken arm.
Yeah. When Pac puts in the brutalizer.
Right. It's not dissimilar from those, but she does it really well. I like that she doesn't let them go.
Yeah.
Like, they think about their presentation from start to finish, from entrance to finish.
Yeah.
Completely. And I like that she's on board for that. She's traveling with the right crew, at least linked up at shows with the right crew to learn how to wrestle. And after this, I was like, wait, is Julia good? It's hard to tell. Sky Blue's okay. She's not great.
Sky Blue's all right.
She's all right.
She's all right. She's
young. She's super young. Yeah. And I was like, is Julia good, though?
Yeah. So Julia walks in the Heartless again, and then Willow comes running out for the save.
Yes.
What's up, Willow?
Michelle saw Willow, not here, but on Dynamite last night, and was like, well, she's pretty. And I was like, yeah.
Sure is. I have here Bullet Club Gold.
Right, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. Because Jay White is hiding behind Card Blade.
And I just have here Bullet Club Gold. I don't know if this was the promo or not.
This is the rolling R's.
Yeah, this is the rolling. Okay, good, because I have Bullet Club Gold rolling R's written down.
Yes,
they're so cool.
They're the best.
I fucking
this
love
is the best
them
Bullet
so
Club
much.
ever. Everyone else can go fuck themselves.
Dude,
It's the
really
best Bullet Club ever.
Like, they're so cool.
The Bullet Club in Japan could be mean mugging all they want over this not being a real Bullet Club. This is the best the Bullet Club has ever been.
Yeah, everybody plays their parts.
If your Bullet Club doesn't have Juice Robinson in it,
it's not my Bullet
I'm
Club.
not interested in your Bullet Club.
I agree.
It is what it is.
Yeah, and then he cuts the promo about Andrade.
Yes,
on Collision.
Juice rolling his R's is absurd. Oh, it's amazing. They're a must watch group. Like they're amazing.
So good.
They're really amazing.
Literally, dude, the last thing I have is Santana Squash and Bear Bronson.
Yes,
and then
Ortiz coming out.
That's the last thing I have is Ortiz meeting him at the ramp.
So that's super interesting to me because, the rumor was they didn't talk and they didn't get along, right?
So here's the crazy thing that I'm going to say right now, pal.
Okay.
Hey, isn't it crazy how even if you're like having a personal disagreement, you can still work professionally?
You can still make money?
Right. Hey, isn't that what a wild concept, right?
So maybe, maybe they're better. Maybe it was blown out of proportion. Or maybe they're just fucking adults that were like, hey, people are talking about this, so let's see if we can make it into money and help the both of us.
Yeah. What a crazy concept.
Right,
huh?
Crazy concept. Really like that. We finish with the Hung Bucks versus Cage and the Gates of Agony.
Did not watch.
Me either, but it's important to note that the Young Bucks are now Ring of Honor Trios champions. The Young Bucks and Hangman.
Yeah.
I don't understand that at all.
I don't know.
Because Hangman, this was Hangman and the Bucks against Swerve's buddies.
The only thing that I have noted here is when Swerve came out on the ramp and Prince Nana dancing and the crowd going crazy. That's it.
So the thought process behind this is what I'm talking about. The match, I don't give a shit. But like this is what you do when you're building a singles match, right? You don't want Hangman versus Swerve right now. You're saving that for the Pape.
Yep.
So why switch the titles when it's building towards a singles match? Right? It makes no sense. And then the other thing that bothered me is that after the Young Bucks won, they had fireworks.
Did they really?
They had fireworks, and the entrance they pulled out, and there was fireworks at the entrance for them. And I was like,
for the Ring of Honor 6-man titles.
And I was like, wait, does everybody get fireworks when they win a title on TV? So what I did? I left this show when it was over.
Okay.
And I went back to Dynamite when Eddie Kingston wins the Ring of Honor title off of Claudio. And I went to the end of that match, and I watched the finish, and I watched Eddie Kingston put both belts above his head in his home, in an arena, in the stadium, in his home state, with his family watching, with the crowd going crazy for him. No fireworks.
You know what I'll say to that? Eddie Kingston don't need no goddamn fireworks.
Eddie Kingston doesn't need no goddamn fireworks, but neither do the fucking Young Bucks.
I agree.
When they do the least fucking things they can do.
I agree.
I was like, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Eddie's the outlier here. I didn't go look for a bunch of other title changes. We know Ray Phoenix didn't get him because that wasn't supposed to fucking happen.
Of course.
But like, I didn't go back and study and look at all this kind of shit. And obviously on pay-per-views and shit you're going to. But this is on a fucking rampage.
Yeah.
And the Bucks get fireworks. And I was like, this to me, and it's my bias influencing this, because maybe I'm could be proven wrong, but I was like, this is just because they think they're that great and they need fucking fireworks after they do anything. You know?
Like for the Ring of Honor.
Like, do their parents still applaud them when they shit in the toilet? Like, good job, boys. You did it. You didn't wet the bed tonight. Yay.
Their dad's there with his shitty synthesizer.
Right, like
shitty music.
I just don't understand. Like, I was like, okay, you won the Ring of Honor. Like, I don't understand why you won these belts. Especially building to singles matches, particularly because the Bucks are in singles matches again on fucking Dynamite.
I understand. I guess I understand because you want to try to get more eyes on Ring of Honor for whatever fucking reason. Still, that's my understanding of it. I guess, but I didn't watch it. That was it. I'm not arguing it. I agree.
It's not. That wasn't aimed at you. That was for you, whichever Jackson, Nick, and Matt. Collision.
Yeah, let's go to Collision.
We're colliders.
I'm still a collider. This show really made me feel like I'm still a collider.
Yeah.
You know why?
Why?
Because rightfully so, not that he's the new TNT champ, but Christian retained his TNT title.
Right. Yes.
Over Darby Allin and Luchasaurus in a triple threat.
Yeah.
He overcame the odds. He overcame that big old Luchasaurus. Darby Allin, man, when he took that German suplex with like the chair or whatever, that was fucking gnarly.
Yeah, gross.
Darby's crazy. He's fucking crazy.
Right. He is more than crazy. So the thing about this match that, again, I like it. I'm happy that Christian's the title holder. I just question, did we get all we could out of Christian holding the title without actually being the champion? I don't know that we did. I think there was more juice in that squeeze.
I don't know if
because it's much funnier when he's not the champion, but he tells everyone he is.
I agree with that.
Than actually being the champion.
I don't know how much longer he's going to have the belt, though.
Right. Well, Luchasaurus is going to have to turn on him at some point, right?
I don't even know if that's going to happen.
No. Maybe Luchasaurus can go off to greener pastures.
Well, because they announced for Wrestle Dream, 2 out of 3 falls, him and Darby.
Oh, right.
For the TNT title.
Darby will win that one. Probably.
In Seattle.
Oh, you think Jungle Boy will come back?
Probably not.
No.
Or this is where Nick Wayne turns on Darby, so who knows?
Oh. Nicholas Wayne.
Old Nicky Wayne.
Wayne. This is where they announce Ospreay.
Yeah, okay, so that's where they announce Ospreay.
Oh, yeah, they're absolutely doing Nick Wayne because Christian cuts a promo after this and dedicates his win to Nick Wayne's mom.
Yeah. Christian rocks.
Yes.
After this, I have Mr. Rob Van Dam teaming up with Hook.
Yes.
Going up against Daddy Magic and Cool Hand Ange.
God bless Rob Van Dam.
Dude, so I remember there was this thing a while ago. It was on Twitter. It's like, who was your favorite wrestler when you were like 10 or whatever? 10 or 13. I don't fucking know. Mine was Rob Van Dam. Okay. I used to love Rob Van Dam.
Yeah, Rob Van Dam ruled.
Dude, I thought I was like, yeah, man, 420 before I even knew what the fuck it meant. Just because I was like, it's Rob Van Dam.
like 4 o'clock and 20 minutes after.
Why does he like this time so much? Right. It's not my favorite time. I love Rob Van Dam.
Okay, I do too.
I've always loved Rob Van Dam.
I'm so happy when I see him here. It makes me happy.
Yeah. This match was a ton of fun.
It was.
RVD hitting the fucking
even though wherever they are is a Daddy Magic town.
It is, but this was a Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Okay.
So close enough to Battle Creek, I guess.
Right.
RVD fucking rules.
Yeah.
RVD and Hook. And the best thing was RVD doing the Taz pose and Hook legit cracking up.
It was the best.
Oh, that was so cool.
Just being grumpy.
We get the announcement for Wrestle Dream.
Eddie challenging Shibata.
Eddie Kingston versus Eddie Shibata.
Yes.
Eddie Shibata, yes.
It's Shibata's cousin.
Katsuyori Kingston.
Coincidentally, Eddie Shibata also had his brain removed.
Yeah, so Eddie...
But for different reasons.
Eddie versus Shibata.
Yeah.
This is a Wrestle Dream for the ROH and New Japan Openweight title.
Right.
So
I've heard speculation they're going to roll the Pure into it and sort of... have one Ring of Honor title.
There's this big, like, Tony Khan being like, it's an end of an era.
The new era for AEW. Because he's buying New Japan. We didn't talk about how he's purchased
New Japan. That's a hot rumor.
Where he said, I don't know how that happened.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that at the end of the because I have a feeling I know what he's going to announce. But
yeah. So next is I have Julia Hart versus Kiera Hogan.
Oh, well, we can't. Because I've already determined the episode title is going to be based on the Kingdom promo here. Because hashtag neck strong.
Okay. Are you coming around on the
neck health is important, Brett?
You're coming around.
No, I love Roddy.
You're coming around.
No.
Yeah, you are.
No.
I'm going to get you the Madison Square Taven shirt. I'm sure I can find one somewhere.
I will poop on it in public. I will start an OnlyFans.
Ew.
And I will take poop on Matt Taven merchandise, and I will sell it online for $19.99 a month.
Oh, Mary Kate will buy it.
After I'm done, probably. No, but neck health is important is hilarious. I love what they're doing with Roddy. Roddy is making the Kingdom more important than they have any fucking right to be.
All right, hashtag neck strong.
But Matt Taven did kill Ring of Honor. Tony Khan should thank Matt Taven for killing Ring of Honor so that he had the opportunity to purchase it.
Yep.
Because there are 2 men who killed Ring of Honor, and one of them is Matt Taven.
Sure is.
We all know who the other one is.
Bully Ray.
So, absolutely.
So Julia Hart versus Kiera Hogan.
Yeah.
Supposed to be Willow.
but Willow we don't have footage, but Willow got misted backstage.
Yes. Don't know what that's about.
I don't know.
But Julia Hart beats Kara Hogan.
Yes.
Kara Hogan.
Yeah. I've been a Kara Hogan fan for a while. I preach the gospel of Kara Hogan.
Big fan. So this is where Brody gets on the mic afterwards.
Yeah, the match was okay.
Yeah, he's like
Sky Blue gets misted after the save.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, Brody's on the mic, and he's saying, the bodies are going to keep piling higher till we get what we want.
Yes.
And he calls out Statlander.
Right.
And she doesn't show up, so that's where Julia puts Kara back in the Heartless. And Sky Mist comes out, and dude, Sky Mist got hit with Sky Mist.
Sky Mist.
I have Sky Mist written down. That's
Sierra Mist.
I'm all fucked
That's
up.
a great wrestler name, Sierra Mist.
Yes. Starry Soda.
It doesn't exist anymore. You got the free right to it.
So yeah, that's where Sky Blue gets hit with all of the mist.
All of it.
Julia hit every single little bit of that mist all over Sky Blue.
Yeah.
Oh, it was fucking awesome.
Black Mist.
It was yeah, she should be dead.
Yes.
I have written here. Oh, so this wasn't on television, and it fucking should have been.
Okay.
The Bullet Club Gold promo before the show
in the lounge.
So this is where it goes, and Austin Gunn is singing "With Arms Wide Open" by Creed for some fucking reason. This is where you learn that Colton Gunn's nickname is Cockstrong.
Right.
And they can't figure out a nickname for Austin Gunn, and Austin Gunn's upset about it. So Bullet Club Gold flashes up a P.O. box where you can write in your suggestions for Austin Gunn's new nickname.
Absolutely.
I fucking love this so much. The Bullet Club Gold is just the best. And then this leads in on television, Switchblade versus Andrade.
By the way, it's P.O. Box 521-667 Longwood, Florida 32752. I screenshotted it because I'm going to write in. I have some names.
I know Joe said he's writing in.
Yeah. I was
sending a letter.
Including Austin, Steve Coldstone.
Okay.
Is what I'm thinking.
All right.
But, I got some other ideas for Austin Gunn's nickname.
Asshole Austin Gunn.
Sure.
Sweaty Ned Normageddon.
Sweaty, yeah, right.
Crooked Titty.
Crooked Titty.
But yeah.
Lloyd Bonaire.
All Sack Drew Gulak.
All Sack Drew Gulak.
Switchblade
yes.
versus Andrade.
Yeah.
I thought this was awesome, dude.
Yeah, this is really good.
Yeah.
Jay White did such a good job after the figure eight of selling his leg that I thought he was hurt. So yeah, Andrade can wrestle. Jay's very good. I like Jay more.
Yeah.
I don't like Jay. Hold on. I like Jay better. I don't like Jay more. Jay Moore. Jay Moore. Yeah. Get the fuck out of here.
Scrap that.
But yes, I like Jay better. But yeah, I thought he was actually hurt. This was a really good match.
Yeah, I enjoyed the shit out of it. That leads to. Did you watch FTR and the Workhorsemen?
Did I watch FTR and the Workhorsemen? No.
No?
Hold on. My notes got jumped around. I think I did.
It was like less than 5 minutes. And it fucking rocked.
Oh, yeah, I watched it. Yeah, everybody was talking about how good the Workhorsemen were.
Dude, it was short. Really good.
Yeah, good. I thought the what's his name was always good, the big guy.
Yeah, JD Drake.
JD Drake, yeah.
When he chopped Dax, and Dax's gum flew out of his mouth, and Cash Wheeler caught it and put it in his mouth and started chewing it. There needs to be more of that.
Sure, why not?
But I thought it was good.
Yeah, that's good.
I thought Ozzy Open cut a good promo afterwards against FTR.
In suits.
Yeah, hey, I love it.
Looking fancy.
Yes. Little fancy boys.
Little fancy boys.
And then I have main event.
You have the Lana promo where her husband lost his way?
I mean, she said she was looking...
And she said, "Don't just do me a favor and don't hit any of the don't beat up any of the people that I manage."
Yeah. Oh, CJ Monteperi.
Main event: American Dragon Bryan Danielson versus Ricky by God Starks.
And what kind of a match?
In a Texas death match.
And who made that match famous?
Dory Funk Jr. Well, Dory Funk.
Dory Funk Sr.
And Dory Funk Jr. But yes, pinfall, no submission is a man cannot answer the bell.
Dude,
I should memorize the entire Dory Funk Jr. promo about laying out the rules. But
this was fucking awesome.
It was great.
I love this. Bryan Danielson, you are a charming man. I love you so much. Ricky Starks, you sexy motherfucker. He was dressed in street fight gear properly. I love them brawling throughout the crowd. I love Brian still not throwing punches with his right arm or chops with his right arm.
Yes.
Which apparently he's not cleared.
Well, he said, did you see what he said today or whatever interview?
Yeah.
He's like, he wants to do more dangerous gimmick matches because he can hide some things better.
Yeah. But he is cleared for Zack Sabre Jr. fully.
Oh, good.
But yeah, dude, I love this. I loved when Starks did the old, like, Bryan Danielson springboard dive to the outside into the crowd like Danielson used to do. Oh, it was so fucking good. They both get color, which is great. Danielson hitting that Busaiku knee at the end.
With the chain on it. The one with the chair, too, I think caught Ricky hard way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing shit, dude. These guys are killing it. Ricky Starks finally getting, like, a chance to be showcased as a main event guy.
Yeah. I think you have to, because I think if you don't, he leaves.
Yeah.
I think you have to make him feel like one of the biggest stars there so that he doesn't go to NXT and start over.
Yeah. He's incredible.
He is great. Yeah. Dragon's mounting forearms are gross. Yeah. I mean, it's shocking. This match was very, very good. Very, very good.
So fucking good.
Yeah. Dragon's a good wrestler. Who'd have thunk it?
It's so crazy. Like I just love watching him wrestle still.
Yeah, me too.
I saw the clip earlier this week from like '99 of him in FMW as the American Dragon. I was like, oh man, look at that
so
shit.
Funny. Under the hood.
Yeah, dude. Like doing springboard moonsaults and shit. Oh, what a nut.
For sure.
So Dynamite.
Yes.
For the international title, it's an open challenge, brother. Ray Phoenix versus Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah.
This was fun.
Yeah, I like this a lot.
I love Jarrett's crew. They're so much fun. Karen Jarrett, what up, girl?
Yeah. The thing I liked the most was Jarrett clearly making sure that Phoenix didn't hit him at all. Like all the strikes that Phoenix would throw, Jarrett was just like subtly getting slightly out of the way, and selling. But like you could see that he was like, "You're not knocking me out, motherfucker."
Yeah, ain't happening, bro.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a bunch of fun.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy coming out of it.
It's the best match on this show.
Yeah.
It's the best wrestling match on this show.
By far.
Yeah.
We get MJF and Adam Cole on a boat.
And they catch Captain Insano.
They catch Captain Insano, but the main part of it was MJF questioning Adam Cole, like, hey, man, I know you were with Roddy, but boy, that call really took a long time. Right. Adam Cole's on crutches here, more on that later. And he's like, hey, MJF says to Adam Cole, let me get you another beer. Cole says, great, I'd love that.
Yeah.
And you see Cole or MJF in the background slip the Dynamite Diamond ring on. And Cole said, you didn't just bring me out here to hit me with the Dynamite Diamond ring, did you?
And throw me overboard.
Yeah, and MJF was like, of course not, bro, you know? And then Cole kind of explains to MJF, like, how, he loves Roddy, and they're, best friends, and, like, it's okay to have more than one friend. You're allowed.
Right.
And MJF's like, well, I don't agree with that.
It's not for me, but if it's for you.
Yeah. And then they catch Captain Insano.
They do. Weird.
It's so fucking weird. And then they all drink beer.
Yes.
We get footage of Don Callis.
Yes, they're hunting Ibushi in Japan.
Yeah, so Takeshita.
So, and we're going to talk about this later, too, but, like, Takeshita and Don Callis are on an insane travel schedule.
They really are.
They are flying back and forth every week from Japan to America to do Dynamite and DDT. It's insane.
Because Takeshi's been in DDT a lot.
He has been. It's crazy.
Yeah, like you said, more on that later. So they show up at Kota Ibushi's dojo.
Yes.
And Takeshita beats the shit out of him.
Ibushi looks terrible.
Yeah.
Just slow.
Yeah, he looks slow. Yeah, so that happens. And then Sammy's on the mic cutting a promo. His entrance video is just his name in red with black and white. And I'm like, so it's Scarface. Cool. Yeah. Even though I like Scarface.
Sure.
But yeah, that match is happening this Sunday. And again, Omega Ospreay, I'm all here for it.
Yes.
Backstage promo with Ricky Starks.
Right. Interrupted by Wheeler Yuta, of all people.
Yeah, so Yuta because he's feuding with Blackpool Combat Club.
Right.
Yuta comes walking up. He's like, hey, man, like, whatever happened out there with you and Danielson, like, I respect you. And Starks kind of blows him off, and Yuta says, all right, now I'm really going to tell you what I think about you. You're a piece of shit.
Right. And, they beat me up every day, and I get up, and you can't get up after Danielson. Yeah.
Yeah. So they make it official. Universe starts at Wrestle Dream. I'm all about that, dude.
I hope he works his way through all of Blackpool Combat Club.
That would be, let's do it. Yeah. Next match.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Nick Jackson beats Claudio Castagnoli and Brian Cage for some reason.
The man who is, giving up 175 pounds to the next biggest competitor in this fucking match. I don't understand why they had him win. Why they think we want to see Young Bucks in singles action.
I don't get it.
It makes no sense to me. And now we're getting this Buck, whichever one it was, versus Ray Phoenix next week.
I think so, yeah.
It's so weird. I don't know. The Righteous promo happens, which has led to a lot of speculation because they're calling Adam Cole a liar. Because after that, we hear from Cole and MJF.
Yep.
And we find out that Adam Cole has shattered his ankle.
In 3 places.
Broken 3 places. Insane.
Yeah.
And again, a freak accident with a freak. You can't blame Cole, but he could have, easily not jumped off the ramp. There was no necessarily need to. Good for him on continuing to do everything he needed to do in that match with a shattered fucking ankle, if it's true. But yeah, I mean, it puts the entire main event program and biggest story, most involved story they've been building for how long in complete flux and jeopardy.
Yeah, because he says in the ring, they're gonna relinquish the ROH tag titles.
Yes.
MJF cuts him off and says, "We're not doing that. I'll defend these on my own."
Right. Yeah.
So it's kind of a handicap match now set up for Wrestle Dream.
Yeah.
MJF versus the Righteous.
Yeah.
For the ROH tag titles.
Which, listen, kills them dead if they lose to MJF.
Sure
we talked about this off mic. Not that the Righteous are great, not that, but I would be reluctant to kill any. You never know when you're going to need somebody or when somebody can catch on.
It's true.
And if MJF, they're going to have to overbook and work some fooling into this stuff, because if MJF beats the Righteous with just a kangaroo kick or something, they're dead for a minimum 3 years.
Yeah, no doubt.
So
out comes Roderick Strong.
Yes.
Adam! He gets rolled out by the Kingdom. He's wearing his hospital gown with no pants on. And he goes, "Adam, I need you. It's an emergency." And that's where Max says, listen, to Cole, he says, "I may not agree with you about this whole friends thing, but if that's your boy, go do what you got to do."
Right.
To which Cole's like, "I love you, thank you." And on the back of Roderick Strong's chair, it says "Hot Roddy." And then out comes Switchblade, Jay White.
Oh.
Switchblade and Max have a little back and forth. I thought Switchblade, I was like, oh, hey, this is what it looks like when Max is in the ring with somebody who can hold his fucking own. Because I thought Switchblade's promo was really fucking good. He's like, yeah, cool, you could have your devil worshippers and, you could be their scumbag, but when I'm done with you, you're not going to have that AEW title.
Right.
It's like, that's awesome line.
Yeah, for sure.
So yes, they're building the Switchblade MJF.
Yeah, I'm excited.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, even if it's just for a little, a one-off, but I think it works. I think it's good.
Yeah.
Jay White's very good. You got to keep him up top. You got to book him like a star.
He's fucking awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Christian and Darby have the little sit-down interview.
With JR.
They're on the middle.
Fresh.
Yeah, so they're talking about the 2 out of 3 falls match this Sunday. Darby starts freaking out because Christian says you're hiding behind that face paint. You're not showing who you really are.
Pours the bottle on his head.
Yeah, and he wipes all the face paint off. It says, "Christian, you don't have any balls."
Right.
So yeah, I'm ready for that on Sunday.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, it'll be really good.
So all right, the next match was a 4-way. But my TV was fucking up last night.
Okay.
So I missed most of this because I was behind.
Okay.
But I know it was Orange Cassidy and who else?
It was Orange Cassidy, one of the Bucks, the other Buck, whichever Buck it wasn't, Austin Gunn, and Penta.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know who won.
Orange Cassidy wins.
Okay.
The way it should be. I was very concerned seeing this, being like, is this really the best you have for Orange Cassidy? 2 weeks ago, this was your hottest babyface.
I know a lot of people said the same thing.
This is a giant star for you. This is a man who held this title, who lost to Moxley, and conceivably is like, okay, well, you'll lose this title. You got to keep moving him up.
Yeah.
You don't want to cool him off. He's your like top 3 merch seller, one of the most popular guys on your entire roster, and you're just throwing him in what seemingly is a random 4-way. But then it ends up being this is meant to highlight the 4-way tag match at Wrestle Dream. So it's one person from each one of those tags.
Sure.
So OC wins, which is what you should do here.
Yeah.
Because it's OC and Hook versus the Guns versus the Bucks versus Penta.
Is that a number 1 contenders match for the tag titles?
I don't know. Maybe.
I'd imagine so. Because why else would you have it?
Right. I would guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So I picked up halfway through Julia Hart and Willow.
So
3 Julia Hart matches that I'm watching.
Yeah.
So Julia wins
Yes.
with a beautiful moonsault.
Beautiful moonsault.
And this is where I texted you and I said, hey, call me crazy, but I think Julia Hart might be good.
She has really improved. She's good. Willow's great. Willow comes out bandaged and eye covered.
Yeah.
Because she got misted backstage and she's got some black on her eye, which is when Michelle sees her and is like, what happened? And I was like, she got misted. And she was like, oh, what color? And I was like, you pay attention to me.
Oh, see? You love me.
So,
that's great.
So she got misted, so she's bandaged. Great. I love the dedication to the detail there.
Absolutely.
But yeah, like, usually I'd be complaining that Willow loses, but like, Willow doesn't lose anything by losing here, and you're getting Julia Hart over, and she looked good. And that moonsault was very nice.
Awesome.
It was very nice.
I did like when Willow started barking at Brody King. That made me giggle.
Yes.
So next thing.
And then the main event is a contract signing.
Yeah, Swerve and Hangman do a
Yes.
contract signing.
Right.
I thought Swerve's part of the promo was good, especially was like, what's a kill shot to a buckshot?
Right.
Hangman's like, oh, I no longer have this black cloud over me. And I was like, that's right, because you empty-headed dumb fuck.
Right.
Then was it Hangman that stabbed Swerve's hand into the
Sure
table?
did.
I love when that happens.
That's awesome, yeah.
Builds up the heat.
Right, really good spot, yeah, for sure.
So that match will be this Sunday.
So Swerve has to win this match and move up, right? Like that's.
I would hope, because he says, he goes, listen, he goes, we're in Seattle. That's Swerve's house. And he goes, I'm telling you right now, it rains in Seattle.
He's
like,
gonna be a baby face in that town. So
it's gonna be crazy.
Well, and they were in Denver, so he mocked Denver for losing 70-20.
Mm-hmm. I love that. He goes, yeah, we got rid of that trash bag, Russell Wilson. Now that's your problem.
Right. Yep.
Oh, so
yeah. Oh, and the Broncos didn't say, but the Broncos traded like 2 draft picks to get Sean Payton.
Yeah.
In 70 to, he's going to start targeting players again. He keeps losing like that.
70-20.
70-20.
And
the Dolphins had a chance to set the record and they decided not to.
Yep.
You got mercy ruled.
They literally got mercy ruled. There's an NFL game where you got mercy ruled. So they're fighting in the ring. They're getting pulled apart. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden it goes backstage and you see somebody getting beat down by, as you like to refer to them as ninjas.
Well, they're dressed like ninjas.
That's neither here nor there.
I was a ninja 3 years in a row in grade school for Halloween. I know ninjas when I see them.
Yeah, so your ninja outfit was just a long sleeve black shirt and a plain black hood?
No, my mom actually used to yell at me because I'd make her buy me a different ninja outfit every year.
Magic ninja what?
With like a fun sword and stuff.
So
I love being a ninja.
I mean, yeah. Ninjas are sick. Mm-hmm. So you see these ninjas beating this guy up and you can't really tell who it is.
Right.
And then they pick the person up and you see, oh, fuck, that's Switchblade. Mm-hmm. And they throw him into the wall and they're standing over him and then the camera pans to the right and somebody wearing like the MJF devil mask.
The devil's there,
and just looks into the camera and then swipes the camera down real quick.
Yeah.
And part
greatest trick the devil ever pulled was telling you he didn't exist.
Maybe it's Punk.
Oh.
Stop it.
I mean, you didn't have skinny shoulders.
Stop it.
Yeah, that devil did look a little strung out.
Yeah, he looked way more awesome than anybody.
He was just complaining the whole time. You could hear him just bitching and moaning.
Just making money more than anybody. That's cool. He had
muffin crumbs on his shirt.
Just making money. Yeah. What the whole goal of this is, making money. And being cool. I love you, Phil.
At least he's making money.
Yeah. Yeah, though. Definitely like popped off online a bit though.
A little intrigue. They haven't really done this before.
I love the ending.
Yeah, that's cool.
A lot of people have been playing like guessing game of who it could possibly be. Is it Adam Cole? Is Cole faking the injury?
Yeah. Cole's not faking that injury.
Is it just like the Kingdom and everybody? and Roddy.
Yeah.
I know people try to say the one masked man had a neck brace on underneath, which I couldn't really tell. Maybe they did.
The still I saw, you can see it bulging out a little bit.
I'm praying that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm fucking way into that.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
I hope it's not Max. Because like AEW is not, they're not going to be above putting different people in the gear and then telling you who, it's somebody different despite the size and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But my initial thought with Adam Cole, and I was talking to some friends, text. I always talk with a couple friends text me during wrestling. My initial thought was like, you just put Roddy in that spot, in Cole's spot, have Cole manage him, and do, sort of have Adam Cole sit down, do another one of these vignettes, and be like, listen, you can't, I can't do it, but I trust Roddy, so you can trust Roddy. He'll do it for me.
Sure.
And then you sort of have the tag team tension between MJF and Roddy, and you play off of that. And then, eventually if there's a turn, who knows when Cole's back. If it's a real injury, which I'm sure it is, I would say 3 months miraculous minimum, but probably more like 6 to 8.
Yeah, minimum.
And then, who knows whether or not you can actually trust Cole, in that sort of position again. But not that he did anything wrong, but just that, he's in somewhat of an injury prone kind of guy. But yeah, I would put Roddy in that position with MJF and play off of that dynamic. And then have MJF's turn sort of drive Cole and Roddy together at the end or something. I don't know. Or just go completely fucking different. Have Max lose the tag titles and just go somewhere completely different and see what you can do.
Lots of speculation as to who it is.
Max has had that title for a long time.
Yeah, he's had the world title.
Yeah.
It's Full Gear last year, so coming up on a year.
Yeah, so, that's a long run. You don't need long title runs. Part of me was like thinking about the international title and being like, what if Phoenix just loses it and then the next guy loses it and they just sort of hot potato that one for a little bit?
That's what the TNT title's for.
Right.
That's your hot potato.
Oh, that's
title.
true. They do. That's true. Christian's had that forever too. But like, I don't necessarily need long runs on everything, especially when like OC's run is special because it was so long.
Sure.
So who knows what they're going to do with Max, but they haven't had necessarily a short world title run not injury caused anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. I'm interested for the reveal.
I'm invested. I'm in.
I would kind of rather them go crazy batshit than just be like, oh yeah, it's Max. It's Max in the Kingdom. They're the new Pinnacle. Yeah. I
want some weird,
like people are saying like could be Britt, like Roddy and Britt teaming up
curveball
because Cole's not listening, so Britt and Roddy are trying to do. But then why are they helping Max? Well, but then also, like I said to you, or on the Discord, I was like, well, who's BC? Who's Bullet Club Gold feuding with? Because Jay White and Max is just a one-off thing. Who's Bullet Club Gold feuding with? And that's Andrade. So maybe you use this to bring back LIJ
or LFI, whatever.
Yeah, you bring them into this, so then and they have the right amount of people, and that's sort of how you bring them back into it in a big way because you have to feature Bullet Club Gold. They're too good.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
Yeah, because normally you don't have the heel guy getting jumped.
Right.
Right.
And a lot of people are talking about sort of the little hints that I don't think are hints. Like there was the promo in the locker room with Cole and MJF where the devil mask was on Cole's side.
Yeah.
And then the thing with the Righteous saying that Adam Cole's a liar. And there's all little sort of hint and thing about how Cole in his partnership with MJF has only made MJF work harder. Yep. And MJF complains yeah, I have to wrestle twice in a week. I'm on the road.
Yeah.
I'm here and there. Now he has to do a handicap match. Is it Cole's plan the whole time to wear Max out so he can beat him for the title?
And even Switchblade mentions during the promo with Max in the ring, he goes, "Isn't that your boy the one who tried to break your neck at Wembley?"
Right.
So
yeah.
Who knows?
I'm
into it though,
right.
man. It caused a fun discussion, which is always great.
Right. They're in a weird balancing act right now, so they have to have something real solid to come out of this because it really was their most intense and most over program.
Yeah.
So they need to pull this one off in the worst way. If this doesn't work, if you don't have a thing that has at least a 90 to 95% chance of working, you're running a risk of your biggest program being laughed out of the building.
Yeah, you're 100% right,
and that's tough.
Man. Yeah.
That's tough.
So Wrestle Dreams on Sunday.
Yes.
Excited for that.
Right.
That should be a fun time.
Yes.
Tribute to Inoki, I guess. Inoki's family's going to be there.
Right. So let's talk about that too before we go on our road trip here briefly. Tony Khan keeps talking about this new era for AEW. And it's going to be announced at Wrestle Dream.
Yeah.
Right? Supposedly.
Sure.
Which leads to speculation about he bought New Japan, which he can do.
He can.
He's got the money for it.
I don't know if they're for sale.
I don't know that they're for sale, but he can make an offer.
Sure.
They're not super hot in Japan right now. Like, houses are a little down. Like, it's still the most popular company, but
Yeah, by far.
He has the money. Speculation with that, speculation with the Eddie, where they're going to unify the titles and sort of, and I sort of said, well, what if you make Rampage Ring of Honor? Maybe, because we said, like, you don't need Rampage as a TV show
really
anymore.
Don't need it anymore.
Not with the other 4 hours. So, like, maybe you convince them to say AEW presents Ring of Honor on Friday nights, and that becomes Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's a better idea than what Rampage has been. And that makes sense, having the Bucks win those titles, then the Bucks are featured on a Friday night show for a little while, whatever. My speculation for this new era, I think this is where he announces they go streaming on Max for their pay-per-views, because he said, like a month ago or whatever, that they weren't ready the last time, but they have everything in place now.
Yeah, and that's been like the hot talk, is that's what's happening.
And here's my reach. Here's my, like, if anything with New Japan is going to happen between Tony Khan, here's what I think is going to happen. I think that he's going to announce that, along with them moving everything to Max, like, the pay-per-view, I think they're going to increase the number of pay-per-views. I hope they don't go 12.
Yeah.
I hope they go 8 if they're going to go anywhere. But if they go 12, I think they should define the big ones that are 3-4 hours and the little ones that are smaller, like in your houses.
Dude,
but anyway,
I was just going to say in your house.
like in your houses. But if anything's going to happen with Tony Khan and New Japan, I think the Max streaming deal will include New Japan's catalog and live New Japan shows. The way, not live as they happen, but you know how New Japan World has Dynamite and you can watch AEW on New Japan World if you're in Japan.
Yeah.
Right? You can go and like, you and I can't watch it here without a VPN, but if you go on, they say Japanese audiences only.
Sure.
And they have it on New Japan World. You can watch AEW stuff. My reach, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if anything is going to, Tony Khan has any announcement about the furthering of their partnership with New Japan, it's not that he bought New Japan.
Yeah.
It's that they're going to have that similar deal, but reverse, so that on AEW streaming on Max, they'll make available in the New Japan shows the way AEW is available on New Japan World.
But then what's the point of New Japan World?
Because New Japan World is also available in Japan. That's pretty much the only way you can watch New Japan in Japan. I don't think they have regular TV.
They have them on Samurai TV.
Do they have regular TV still? I didn't think they had regular TV.
Yeah, they still have them on. They do specials on Samurai TV. I know through Abema.
Yeah. Well, but New Japan World isn't an American streaming service. They have an American translation.
It's international.
It's international.
Yeah.
They still charge you Japanese. It's still charged in yen and all that. I think the partnership there is because their membership numbers aren't great. And maybe some people want to watch New Japan and don't want to watch AEW. They can still get it that way. But I think if anything, that will be sort of the announcement where they will share, New Japan stuff on the AEW streaming. I don't think anything's going to happen with New Japan.
I don't know.
But I think there's a strat. I think if anything, that would be what they do.
I just don't see the point of it, though.
Well, because
why would New Japan put their stuff on like Max, but then you could just have New Japan World, and then they're getting all the money for it.
But why put AEW stuff on New Japan?
Because you can't watch AEW anywhere else in Japan.
You can watch Fight internationally. Their feed on Fight is international.
But is it in Japanese commentary?
I don't know.
Yeah, so
yeah, but it doesn't.
Yeah, I don't really. I'm not picking up what you're putting.
I think if anything, I think that will be the partnership. I think if anything, they're going to share streaming services over here. I just, I don't think anything's going to actually happen.
Yeah.
He certainly didn't buy New Japan. But if anything, for the partnership, I just think there'll be some sort of deal to get access to New Japan easier for people over here. A lot of people aren't going to sign up for New Japan World because the website's in Japanese, even though it's a translation, and you're going to get yen charges to your account. Yeah. A lot of people aren't into that. So,
I don't know.
But see what happens.
Yeah. I don't even know I have no idea.
Yeah.
I have no clue what's going to be announced at this point. But yeah, that's the end of America.
That is. We got to go on a trip.
We sure do. Pack your goddamn bags.
Here we are. We're in Japan.
Hello.
Doing the thing.
We're back.
Handling the business.
Listen, I know you said Callis and Takeshita have a crazy schedule.
They do.
I think we have a crazier one.
Do we?
Yeah.
That's true.
We're here every week.
Every Thursday. It's very weird to get here that quick. It's that we fly the Condor. Is that whatever it is? The jet, the super fast jet?
It is now.
Yes.
Sure.
All right. Where are we going? What are we talking? Who are we watching? What are we doing?
So I'll talk Stardom first. I only got to see one match.
Yes.
I watched it last night from night 20 of the 5-Star Grand Prix.
Okay.
It was Suzu Suzuki, who I'm quickly becoming like a very big fan of, against Hazuki.
Okay.
Suzu Suzuki won with the German suplex bridge.
Nice.
And I believe the finals are set.
Okay.
For so Saturday is the finals for the 5-Star Grand Prix.
Yeah.
But I think I saw Utami Hayashishita's hurt.
Yes.
So she's out. So I'll be honest, man, I don't fucking know the final. I don't know. Right. I just haven't kept up with that. Sorry, y'all. I'll watch it when I do. What did I say we're gonna go to? Noah? Sure. You didn't watch any DDT, right?
I did. I watched.
Or no, you didn't watch any Stardom.
I did not watch anything from Stardom.
Okay.
No.
So Noah Grand Ship in Nagoya.
Oh.
I watched 3 matches from this. How many did you say you watched?
1.
Okay. So I watched for the vacant junior tag titles.
Okay.
Alpha Wolf.
Yes, this is the only match I watched.
Alpha Wolf and Dragonbane.
Yes.
Against Ninja Mac and Alejandro. So this was 18 minutes of nonstop flippy doos.
Okay. It was, yes.
I thought it was cool though. Mm-hmm. Alpha Wolf and Dragonbane, they're the new junior tag champs.
Yeah.
So there's that.
This was as PWG of a match as you can get. Like if you like flippy boys, then this is pretty much the match for you.
This was nonstop flippy boy.
It really was.
They just kept flipping and flipping and flipping.
Yes.
It was cool though.
Like it is Tam versus Julia.
Okay, that's the final.
I think so. If I'm reading these shifting things correctly.
Okay.
It looks like that's what it is, which is a pretty predictable finish, I think.
Yeah, so Utami Hayashishita has a cervical hernia.
Ooh, bummer.
Yeah.
That stinks.
That hurts.
That means the neck.
Yeah. But yeah, so this match, again, if you're just into crazy mass dudes doing flips and shit,
hey,
all for you, brother.
Wrestling fan, do you like wrestling moves? This match has a lot of them.
Lots of moves.
You should watch it.
Yeah,
this has a lot of moves.
Enjoy the moves.
I really liked it. I'm not a big fan of this style, but I like this match.
Yeah, it was fun.
Ninja Mac's not very good.
Yeah, he's all right.
He misses a lot of stuff. It usually doesn't matter, but like the 3 other dudes in this match don't.
Yeah,
and it's like okay.
Yeah, I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Yes, Alpha Wolf and Dragonbane brothers.
Brother.
Apparently.
New junior tag champs.
Yes.
So I did watch 2 other matches. I watched for
funny that they're the junior tag champs, but Anthony Green's the heavyweight.
Yeah, him and Jack Morris.
Because these guys are definitely bigger than Anthony Green.
You think so?
I do.
Anthony Green's like deceptively tall.
Yeah. These guys are jacked though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So for the national title, I did watch my boy El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr.
Yes.
Defending the GHC National Championship against Psycho Clown. This was pretty brutal.
Yeah?
El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr.
Right.
He got his mask ripped.
Okay.
Got color brother.
Oh.
Bleeding everywhere.
All right.
Wearing white, so he knew.
Yeah.
He fucking knew.
He knew. Right.
Has a nice head of hair. Didn't realize that under the mask. Never really saw.
Okay.
Match, the finish is the referee gets distracted. El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. kicks Psycho Clown in the balls. Rips Psycho Clown's mask off, and then hits a Michinoku driver for the 3.
Nice.
So, shout out my boy El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr.
Your boy, that's true.
I'm a fucking big fan of that guy. Good run with the national title. He's had it a long time now.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the main event for the heavyweight title, this was the champion Jake Lee, the challenger Go Shiozaki.
I could not bring myself to watch this. I was mad. I'm too mad at Noah.
Are you mad? Are you mad?
No, I'm not that mad.
Jake Lee does retain. Match was very good though.
Yeah.
Go Shiozaki was clubbering Jake Lee. Like, full-on lariats to the back of the head.
Yeah.
Chops to the neck, really beating this poor dude's ass. Jake Lee's finish, though, where he hits like the Yakuza kick in the corner, he fucking murdered Go with it.
Yeah.
So he beats Go, and then at the end, Keno came out to challenge Jake Lee.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that's going to
win
the
that
January 1st show, and that's where Keno should win the goddamn belt.
Yeah, for sure.
Because Keno fucking rocks.
I agree.
Noah, it's still a state of flux for me with them.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like them. Sometimes I really don't.
Yeah.
Nakajima's last match is going to be in October, I believe. I know he's teaming up with Go as Axis.
Yep.
I think against Segura and somebody else.
And Marufuji.
Marufuji, okay. That makes sense. Noah, they're just a promotion that, like, I'll dip in every now and again if I see something that interests me, but I'm not a loyal watcher or anything like that.
Yeah, for sure.
So
they've ruined those good graces for me. So
yeah. Yes, those very high esteemed graces of you.
yes, it's true.
So DDT.
Yes,
who's gonna top? 2023.
Not me.
2023. I watched 3 matches from this.
I watched 2.
I
picked watching Sukabon World over watching Cardona.
Okay.
Yeah.
DDT Universal title. Matt Cardona versus Maki Ito.
Yes.
Cardona retains. There was the spot going around with Cardona doing the low blow thing to Maki Ito, which that got a lot of traction.
Yeah.
Cardona bleeds buckets.
Yeah.
For no fucking reason. He bled a lot.
Yeah.
I know he talks about on the majors this week. He's like, yeah, Junk Shop Dog, we're doing 3 of my attires. We're doing my original DDT attire, the one he wore here, and then a bloody variant of the one. And Myers was like, did you fucking gig just to get a bloody variant? And he's like, no, I swear to God I didn't.
Sure.
And he's like, yeah, Steph, because Steph DeLander was with him.
Yeah.
He goes, she looked at me and was like freaked out by how much I was bleeding.
Wow.
Dude, he bled so much. And at the end, he said, he goes, I'm number 1. I'm the Universal Champion. Then, now, forever. I dedicate this to my favorite Japanese legend of all time, John Laurinaitis. And he goes, yeah, I said it. And it's fucking crickets. He goes, I don't care. I popped myself.
Because they don't know him as John Laurinaitis.
Yeah, Johnny Ace.
Johnny Ace.
He goes, of course I need to pop myself. He goes, even Steph looked at me and was like, that was dumb. He's like, I don't give a fuck. And he said, Laurinaitis taught him that when he used to hold the peace sign up, it wasn't a peace, it was a V for victory.
Victory, yeah.
So, Johnny Ace. So the next match I watched was Konosuke Takeshita
Me too.
versus Mao.
Yes.
A fucked up wrestler for a fucked up world. Mr. Beatdown Hardcore himself. Mao. Dude, this shit rocked.
He jumps. Mao jumps Takeshita early, so Takeshita's not even out of his jacket yet.
His weird jacket.
His weird jacket, which I like. But then, and Mao seemingly has a bit of an advantage until Takeshita just throws him over the top rope to the floor.
Crazy.
I love this match, man. I thought it was very, very good. There was a spot where Takeshita does the high knee in the corner to Mao, and Mao ducks, and Takeshita bumps over the corner to the floor.
Wild.
Don Callis shows up. What a
crazy.
Insane travel schedule. And Takeshita hits the Avalanche Hito Danashi driver, which is insane. Yeah. For those who don't know, it's like a belly to back pile driver. I think watching this match, I was like, Takeshita is Kenny Omega with Claudio Castagnoli's pure strength.
Yeah.
Like, he's got a long way to go before he figures everything out like Omega does, but this guy is a fucking star.
And he's young.
Right.
So this kind of ties in because afterwards Mao leaves. And did you see like any of the aftermatch?
Yeah, where the crowd pops for Jericho showing up?
Well, no. Did you see anything with Mao?
No, what happened?
So he walks back through the curtain, and Cardona's sitting there,
still
all bloody. And Mao walks up to him and he like pats the Universal title and he goes, I'm coming for it.
Oh.
Cardona shakes his hand.
Okay.
And Mao turns around and leaves and Cardona just beats the shit
Oh,
out
yeah.
of him.
That's funny. Okay.
And then that's where he screams in the camera again, Universal Champion, then now forever.
Oh, God.
What a schmuck.
What an idiot.
He's such an idiot. Like,
an idiot.
Oh, broski.
Yep.
And then that's where Takeshita is cutting a promo.
Yeah.
The lights go out, and Chris Jericho comes up on screen.
He gets a pop.
Sure does.
Yeah, because the DDT fans aren't watching Chris Jericho every week.
No, so Jericho says he's coming. It's going to be, I think in November, the one DDT show, Jericho's wrestling for DDT.
So weird.
It's kind of wild.
Yeah.
And somebody made the good point of, of course, he'll take his loss over there so the U.S. fans will watch
absolutely.
it. I was like, oh, you son of a bitch. Yep. Jericho Takeshita in DDT.
Sure. He's wrestling the Callis family this weekend, so spins out of that.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild.
Very bizarre.
And then main event.
Yes, I watched this.
For the KOD openweight title, the champion, your boy, your favorite,
right.
Your day one.
Right. The man with the shoulder brace that I completely remember.
Chris Brooks.
Right. And open weight being the key thing here.
Yes, going up against Saki Akai.
Yes.
So Saki Akai is retiring at the end of the year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She looked like she was going to retire at the end of this match. She took a fucking drubbing.
Well, yeah. I mean, when Chris Brooks was like, I'm just going to fucking chop her.
Right.
And he did. And I was like, that was gross.
Yeah.
Match was really good.
It was very
I thought
good.
It was fucking awesome.
She got a bunch in on him and got over and, got her moves in. And
so listen, I understand
some close pins and stuff.
I understand intergender wrestling. It's not if it's not your thing,
sure.
I'm not going to judge it. I'm really not.
Right.
There were two intergender matches on this where I was like, boy, they're both enjoyable. I did though. I enjoyed this a lot.
Well, and she doesn't tap. It's ref stoppage. Even though there's a one point she's bumping like crazy for Chris Brooks here.
She's very tall, which
she
helps.
is. She gets smashed off a guardrail. Mm-hmm. She does hit an avalanche crucifix bomb.
Yep.
She really she lays it into him in the middle of this match.
Giving big boots and stuff.
She just can't overcome the size difference and everything. No. But yeah, this was a very, very good match.
Like sneaky.
Yeah.
Really good.
Really good. Yeah. For sure.
Probably would have been my match of the week if not for one we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
I thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
I really did. Good shit.
Doesn't somebody challenge Brooks? Maki, you don't challenge Brooks? Does that happen? No.
No, somebody did come out. I just can't remember now.
Yeah, whatever.
So then New Japan, they had their Destruction in Kobe.
Yeah, so all these road shows that we barely watched are leading up to
those road shows are
Destruction in Kobe.
So
Kobe,
before I mention this, brother, you have an outdated T-shirt now.
Do I? Mm-hmm. Why?
It's no longer just 5 guys.
No? What happened?
There's a new King of Pro Wrestling champion.
Okay.
Because Sho from House of Torture beat Tai Chi with the help of Yoshinobu Kanemaru, who is now in House of Torture.
Ew.
So
it's just 4 guys again?
Back to just 4 guys.
I spent all that money on that T-shirt?
Yeah.
Kanemaru joins the shitty faction?
Yeah.
That's dumb.
Yeah, man. That shirt's outdated now.
That's funny.
That was like a month.
Yeah. Whatever. It's fine.
Is it?
Kanemaru? Ugh. House of Torture is so bad.
Listen, they made just 4 guys when it was only 4 of them, so they got to revert back and get rid of that back stock.
Yeah, I guess.
And then they got to add somebody back.
They'll add somebody in. It'll be okay. I think the names are on the back of it, though. God damn it.
I didn't watch it, but when I saw it, I go, oh, DJ's shirt's outdated.
That's funny.
So yeah, no longer they're back to just 4 guys.
Both of those things you just told me are really stupid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the Tai Chi losing the King of Pro Wrestling thing
to
Show, and then Kanemaru. House of Torture stinks. Why do they like House of Torture so much?
They are the worst.
Terrible.
Oh, they're the worst.
Terrible.
When I put Kanemaru on my Fire Pro today, I transferred him over to House of Torture. I was like, get out of here, you fool. So I did watch 2 matches.
Okay.
First one I watched was for the number one contendership because, of course, when you win the G1, you have to get challenged for your G1 number one contender.
Right.
So it's Tetsuya Naito against Jeff Cobb.
Okay.
Jeff Cobb was ragdoll in this motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
The whole match.
All right.
But then Naito hits 2 Destinos at the end to win. The match was very good, I thought.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Naito looks spry. He's getting into Wrestle Kingdom shape.
Good.
Main event for the UK title / US title, whatever. Mm-hmm. The champion, Will Ospreay. The challenger, Yota Tsuji. Mm-hmm. Hey, man. These are some dudes that rock.
Yeah.
This was a certified dudes rocker.
Yeah, I mean, they clearly love Yota Tsuji.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
He's clearly the best out of the new young Musketeers or whatever, I think.
Yeah, they definitely
and
like
I
him
like
the
Shooter.
most.
I'm a Shooter guy.
Yeah.
But I when I was watching this, I'm going, could Shooter have this match?
I don't think so.
Red Narita cannot have this match.
No.
Tsuji could.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was
It was
awesome.
very, very, very good. Yes, absolutely. That's the thing. Like Yoda going beat for beat in the main event against Will Ospreay. Like New Japan must just be just dancing in circles in the back celebrating.
Yeah.
Like it's just like to have a guy this young, homegrown, getting over and just like this early being like, go ahead. And you're move for move, like, could have beat him here, like all that kind of stuff. Really, really great.
What an insane tear that Ospreay's on this year.
Yeah, insane. Crazy.
He is absolutely crushing it.
Yes, for sure.
I know the hot rumor is that this is probably the last of Ospreay in New Japan.
Yeah.
They're saying like Wrestle Kingdom's probably going to be the end.
Lose that belt and
if
be that.
Because Tony Khan's been paying that man a lot of money.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Tony Khan would be silly not to open up the old bank account for.
I would give Ospreay whatever he wants at this point.
It'd be absolutely silly to not give him all the money in the world.
This match was it was seriously so good.
It was really good. It was a lot of fun.
Suji in a year, I can't wait to see where he's at. I wonder if he's going to be leading LIJ. Well,
so who do you? Is there a clear path for Ospreay to lose the belt to somebody, or is it going to be?
I still think the end goal, if you're not losing to somebody new, he's gonna lose it to Omega in round 3.
Yeah,
at the Dome.
Okay,
if that's where they're going.
But like, what's the point of that? Because I mean, the belt's still just in AEW then.
But they don't defend it a ton in AEW.
Yeah. But Ospreay can hold it in AEW. He doesn't have to lose it then if it's just going to an AEW
But
guy.
if he's not going to be making his New Japan shots,
Yeah,
I mean, Omega had the US title for a long time.
Yeah, for a while.
So
I would wonder if they'd want to keep it more in the company than having an AEW person with it.
I don't know who could win it, though.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know who's really there. Yoda would have been probably the best option, really.
Yeah, but you can't derail Ospreay right now.
No, you can't. For sure.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
We'll see. I hope it's not anybody like shitty.
Like Kanemaru and the House of Torture.
Maybe I don't know. I know they're supposedly boys. Maybe like an ELP.
Nakajima.
I mean, that'd be sick. But maybe like an ELP.
Oh, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Yeah.
If you really want to give him that push starting in January.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, not a bad idea. Especially because they do like to sort of give it to the Gaijins. It is sort of the Gaijin belt.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea at all.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck it. Finley
already has the never open weight.
Yeah.
Or the never title. Though.
Yeah. Hikuleo.
No, stop.
Chase Owens.
No.
Chase Owens.
I'm not even gonna look at you right now because you're gonna see the fire in my eyes.
Sweet Chase Owens.
No.
But yeah, that's it then, right? That's everything from Japan.
That was all Japan.
No, it's New Japan.
Spit on it. Fucking dweeb. That was it. I know we have Wrestle Dream on Sunday. Obviously, We'll see what Rampage and Collision, what they bring.
Yeah, Stardom final on Saturday.
Stardom. I don't know if anything else is going on.
Who knows?
as the week goes on,
if anything happens,
the beat goes on.
We'll cover it.
The beat goes on. You buy anything?
Did I buy anything? My Terry Funk Memorial magazine came in.
I know, I'm a little jealous.
I have it sitting over at the table for you to look at.
Trust me, I eyed it up before.
And then, I got my lovely Christmas gifts from you, or Christmas birthday gifts, as it were.
We're all fucked up today. I'm saying weird shit. You're saying weird shit.
Birthday gifts. You got me the orange trunk Kobashi, the Char Pro, or is it a Magura house? And the Shima from Dragon Gate. I don't know who made that one. We couldn't quite figure that out. So those are awesome. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I've made a decision about the Kobashi. That it's going to stay in its current state.
You're keeping it on card?
Because I'm wondering if he'll be back for a mail-in signing.
Or Philly Mania time?
Or Philly Mania or something.
Listen, I have a Kobashi on card. It's the one you have with the hooded one. Hood,
yeah.
I have it still on card just for that reason.
Right, and so the card is, so there's no yellowing, there's no green disease in this or anything. No. Nothing got to do to it. So if line the Kento Kobashi figures in front of me and tell me which one would I want to get the most signed, that would be the one.
Good. That makes me very happy.
So it's going to stay the way it is.
It's the only. I think it's the only one they made of his classic.
Yeah, it is.
All Japan
it is because it's like that special edition one. Because the other one is because by the time they were making Char Pros using Noah, so they were doing the black gear and the beard. Yeah, and like the best one is the hooded one that you have with the robe. It's an incredible looking figure. Yep. The face is never the best on the Kobashi figures. No. But to have it on card in the orange gear, like that's when I first saw him. Yeah. Like I don't even have outside of his title run, haven't even seen a lot of his Noah stuff. Like in between his giant title runs and his all the 5-star stuff. You know what I mean? But excited to read his article in that Terry Funk magazine. They wrestled 5 times. They were in a ring together. Apparently,
were they really?
Wow. They teamed up a couple times and had a 1-on-1. There's pictures of them 1-on-1 in there, which is crazy. Awesome. And I've never seen it, so I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah,
but yeah, I'm gonna keep that just in case Mania Philly or they do a mail-in or whatever it happens to be.
Sure.
I think that would be the one.
Good. I'm glad you like it. That's what I like to hear.
But yeah, so thank you very much. I also got a WWE Mini Funko Advent calendar from my sister-in-law and mother-in-law. So that's waiting till Christmas time. That's why I said Christmas before.
There you go.
Advent calendar.
I get it.
So we're waiting on that. That's going to be a lot of fun. They're upset that I'm waiting, but I'm waiting. It's an Advent calendar.
Your
why not?
present.
Right, exactly. Yeah. It's fucking mine. Did I buy anything else? No, but I've been itching.
I had a bunch of stuff ship within the last 2 days.
Yeah, you did.
I had the Smojo Target, which I'm like, I don't even know if I want at this point.
Yeah.
I had the Rock
Ultimate. The hair's too far back. I just don't love it.
Yeah,
but
I had the Rock Ultimate ship. Did I have anything else?
Do you have a WWE Samoa Joe?
I do.
It's not like he changed his look. So.
But the WWE Samoa Joe I have is like my favorite one.
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything else.
Okay.
No, nothing else shipped. Yeah. I saw some like on-card images of like that Warrior from when he held up Vince at SummerSlam, the Ultimate that's coming out.
Yeah, with I
saw
that
it
one
on card.
Really, I saw that and I was like, oh, I might buy that one and sell my 2 belts one.
The tan on it is incredible.
Well, and I like the 2 belts one is a great moment.
Yeah, it's Mania 6, dude.
But he's in plain orange tights. He looks a little short to me in that figure. Like I like that figure a lot, but like when I think of Ultimate Warrior, I'm thinking full regalia,
crazy
tassels, the long coat.
You're thinking Warrior wildness, that's
right?
What you're thinking.
Absolutely.
Okay,
So I'm thinking that like I don't need 2 Ultimate Warrior Ultimates, but I'm like maybe that one.
This would be my 3rd.
Yeah, well, and I don't like the other one that came in the jacket, like the Return Warrior one or whatever it was,
that was Mania 7.
Is that what that
retirement match against
retirement match? That's what it is. But this one looked really cool and looked more like the Warrior that I picture when I close my eyes.
Yeah.
But I'm like, but Mania 6 is such a good moment. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's a great moment.
I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I've been itching. I'm gonna at some point order the Aja Kong junk shop.
Yes.
It's a great looking figure.
And that's like the only one we're going to get.
Yeah, right. And that's the thing.
And
like,
I need to pose it with my bull.
Right. You're never going to get another one of her. So we'll talk. We'll do that.
We'll get that figured out.
And I've been watching a couple. I've been watching the NWO 6 one. The old
Elite. Oh, it's a great
I love
figure.
it. I'm worried they're going to redo it as a greatest hits.
How don't know.
Because
it's hard to predict.
Right. It's not the cheapest, but, I can get it for a reasonable price.
Yeah.
Some dude was selling, this is the weirdest thing to me, the eBay talk here. So it goes for $50-$60.
Uh-huh.
And I've caught it on eBay for like 40-ish.
Loose or on card?
On card.
Okay.
Loose, I saw one for like 32.
Okay.
Complete. But
Something.
guy put up, I think they were from the same line. The boxes looked the same. It was the X-Pac, like the 6. It was 6. The 6 with the NWO Chachi, not the shorty ones. The actual one with the tongue out, like the first one, the right one.
The right one. That's what I have, yeah.
And the Sean in the white and red from the same line, I think.
Sean from the white and red.
I'll just show you the picture because it's still, they're up
That's
together.
not the ringside exclusive Sean, is
I
it?
have no idea.
Like the old school Shawn Michaels, like Sexy Boy? What's it?
Flashback series?
Okay, no, all right, that's a different one.
Okay, so but it's the same. It's the same.
Same. Okay. Yep.
So this guy, so this guy put it up last week, both of them, for $65 free shipping.
Dude, that's a
Right. Yeah. And I don't have a Sean. I'm not a Sean guy.
yeah.
And I missed the end of the auction. I just wasn't paying attention. No bids.
Yeah.
65 free shipping. And I was like, I probably would have done that. And if I didn't want the Sean, I could have flipped the Sean. But it is a great Sean. He reposted it. Now, this went a week with no bids.
Yeah.
He reposted it at 70 free shipping.
What's the point?
And he has a bid.
Dude, sometimes with eBay, it's just luck.
Right. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's just pure luck.
What are you doing to me?
That's crazy.
So that's a bit of a bummer. But there's some other things that I am watching. But yeah, here's Loose Complete for 32.
Is that the sunglasses?
It does down on his feet.
Okay,
Yeah.
just want to make sure.
Yeah. So
All right. Well, that's awesome.
we'll see. But yeah, and there's another one, 35 on card with no bids, 6 days left. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Thinking about it. Thinking.
It's a great one.
Thinking. But like that's the end of my NWO. If I get I don't need an NWO figure beyond that because I have the Ultimate Hollywood, I have the Hall and Nash, and I have the Macho.
What if they make an NWO Scott Steiner?
No, don't need it.
What about an NWO Scott Norton?
Well, yes, but it would have to be vicious and delicious.
What about an NWO Fake Sting?
No,
Piece
don't
of
need
shit. What about an NWO Stevie Ray?
No,
With
definitely.
the flapjack. With the slapjack.
Well,
he's got the slapjack.
If he has the slapjack,
It's on like neck bone.
it should come with a real slapjack too.
It should.
But yeah, I want that core NWO. You know what I
get
mean?
it. Yeah, I'm with you 100% on that.
So and like, what else are you gonna do? Like an NWO Dusty, whatever.
What if the NWO Dusty with a big red leather jacket?
Well, maybe. But yeah, so that was.
the new world out.
So I guess that's really it.
Yeah, I bought from 2800. I bought an Atom Bomb shirt.
I figured you'd buy that Atom Bomb shirt.
I'm
yeah.
such a sucker for Atom
Yeah.
Bomb. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I didn't buy anything else. So
Yeah. All right.
nothing else on my radar.
Good.
Not right now.
Yeah.
I'm doing shit.
Yeah.
I'm doing other shit.
All right.
So
Yeah. I guess I'll start shopping for Christmas for you now. So.
don't do that. Don't do that.
But yeah, I guess that's it, right? We'll get out of here.
Yeah,
we'll go edit.
All I got, brother.
Salvage the end of football here. Thanks for listening, everybody. This has been We Need Wrestling. You can find us online at We Need Wrestling on social media, WeNeedWrestling.com. You can email the show, WeNeedWrestling@gmail.com. We're a proud member of the Soon to Be Named Network at STBN Network on Twitter. soon-to-be-named-network.com, soon-to-be-named-network.tumblr.com. Tons of other podcasts there, At Odds with Wrestling, Long Box Heroes, who I'm trying to beat out tonight and see if we can get out before them again because we were a little later. At Odds with Wrestling, Long Box Heroes After Dark, Final Wrestling Place, Hayabussy's been teasing a new episode forever, Puzzle Warriors 3, Profane Argument, our other show, Wings on Wings. Listen to Stardom Cast, listen to Chicken Salad, listen to You Sent Me the Lapsed Fan put out Terry Funk Part 1, 3 hours.
When I saw that, I went,
I've never listened to the Lapsed Fan.
I haven't either, but I was like, I've heard people talk about it. And then I saw that and I go,
I've heard good and bad, so we're going to listen to that. I fell asleep last night listening to the cutout section of Cornette Terry Funk tribute from the drive-through, where like Cornette's like, why would I talk about AEW when Terry Funk died? And I was like, oh, thank God. So let's just
you're kind of like, you're right.
But yeah, I guess that's it, right? And we'll be back next week with more wrestling and some Boy Meets World talk, probably.
Yeah.
But that's it. So,
Fide.
Oh, that's a wrestling tie-in.
Fide.
You're listening to the soon-to-be-named network, the Lamborghini of podcast networks.
Knock it off, nerds.
I told Michelle I was going to drive to Amarillo, Texas on the 10th to pick up my goods.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's stuff I want, but, like, those boots that he's in that 10 retirement
that's
picture
like-
with, they're only $100. It's 7 days away. They're gonna skyrocket when people
Yeah.
see in person and stuff. But, like, I'm like, I know that picture. I know where these boots are from. These are kind of ring-worn Terry Funk wrestling boots.
Yeah.
Like, that's incredible. I said, they're not going to ship to me. They're not. It's...
Well, so I was listening to the Majors, and they
Yeah.
brought it up, and they're like, "Oh, did you see this? Like, looking through it and stuff." And Myers like, "Yeah, it's real cool, you know." He's like, but yeah, he's like, Dreamer like was saying he's gonna reach out to the daughters, be like, "Hey, pull that wrestling stuff out of there."
Yeah.
Like, don't.
Can't now. It's all got bids.
Yeah, they're like, don't do that.
Yeah.
But they're like, the family just they don't care.
He sold all his stuff on that high spot.
they
He
don't
sold all the big
care.
stuff. Right. That's not who their dad was to them. You know,
no,
like
their
that's not
their dad was just their dad, not
Right.
the wrestler.
Right.
You know, they're like,
exactly. So
just get rid of his stuff. You know,
right. Whatever's left.
Yeah.
But I said to Michelle, like, I would love to just own any of it, like any of those
A jar of buttons.
the Kokeshi dolls that he got. He bought in Japan. Like all
Dude,
that kind of shit.
That painted plate.
The plate is awesome. Like just anything to be like, yeah, Terry, the bear sculpture that'd be really cool up here. You know, but like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're not going to ship it.
How much is a flight to Amarillo?
It is a 22-hour drive. I looked that up. Let's see. Philadelphia. I don't even know where Amarillo is in Texas. To Amarillo.
Actually, my boss actually said he's a town over from Amarillo.
Oh, really?
He's down in Texas for a while.
Tell him to go pick my shit up, and then it's either till the 5th or the 10th or whatever.
I could ask him.
week.
I should be like, yo,
round trip Philadelphia to Amarillo, Texas is $242.
Brother, that ain't bad.
That ain't bad at all.
That ain't bad.
It is a 169-hour bike ride, 607 hours if I wanted to walk.
Now, what about
a day and 14 hours by train or by bus?
What about
or 24-hour driving?
What about I was gonna say
Expedia, $178. Philadelphia to Amarillo.
Say fly to Philly.
You have to rent a car. Drive to Philly, I guess.
Oh yeah, like drive to Philly.
Yeah.
Fly from Philly to Amarillo, rent a car, and then drive back to Philly.
Drive back home?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Day drive, 24-hour drive, that's a lot. There'd be a lot of hotels along the way.
Yeah.
Oh, Amarillo's up in the top of Texas.
Yeah.
It's in the part that
Amarillo.
It's in the part that Oklahoma gave to Texas because they didn't want to.
Oklahoma.
Yeah. Or that Texas gave to Oklahoma, as it were. The Rick Husband Amarillo International Airport should be called the Terry Funk International
They
Airport.
fucking should. That's not that bad of a flight, DJ.
Not terrible.
It's really not.
Oh my god! For whatever reason, on United, it's an 11-hour flight. American is 6.
Is it a straight shot or connecting?
I don't know.
Probably connecting, right?
Yeah, I would guess they have a layover. Nope. Oh yeah, a stop in Denver.
Oh my god, you got to fly from Philly to Denver?
Yeah,
Yeah, but then we get to see that cool Denver airport.
that's true.
With like all the crazy murals and shit.
And there's Philly to Amarillo, 246, 9-hour flight, one stop in IAH. I don't know what that is, Indiana. Maybe?
Brother. Philly to Denver.
Yeah.
Denver for a day, you can get shit ripped high.
Okay, we'll see DeWicki.
Go see DeWicki.
Yeah.
Then Denver to Amarillo. Brother! Are you kidding me?
Like driving Denver to Amarillo?
How far is Denver to Amarillo? That's probably pretty far, right?
I don't know. Denver to Amarillo, Texas. Yeah, about a 7-hour drive.
That's not bad.
Not terrible.
That's not bad.
Not terrible.
Fly from Denver. Fly to Denver.
Yeah.
Drive from Denver to Amarillo. Mm-hmm. Then
Pick up a tiny Japanese doll.
Terry Funk's
That's true.
brother.
Yes. See Terry Funk's house.
This is good podcast
Go to
material.
it is. Go to the We can bring it back. I'm going to talk about
Double
it.
Cross.
Go to the Double Cross.